Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the big one, the finale. It is the end of Division 1 tonight for the sprint weekend, round number 18 at Silverstone. And what a season it's been. It's been ups and it's been downs. It's been battles. It's been crashes. It's been everything. And we've got obviously two new people that are really going to go for it head to head. There is a 34-point gap between obviously Chandlers and Jonno. Obviously, it has to happen. Obviously, 2 DNFs for Jonno to win the championship. So, more drama in this last race. We were going to call it last week, but they've decided we're going to go into this week. But a man that is taking this action with me, who has been around for quite a while now in Rush, but hasn't been around for a while in the comms box this season. Hopefully, we get him into the comms box a lot more next season. Andy Owen, welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, good evening, SJ. Good evening, everybody. And season finale at one of my favorite tracks as well, Silverstone. And not only that, SJ, but it is, of course, a sprint weekend as well. So we got two lots of fun to look forward to over the course of the next, 90 minutes or so.
We do indeed. I'm just changing something at the moment because my telemetry... Oh, actually, no, it's all right. All my telemetry is right. Sorry, it is right. I thought it was all wrong. I was just getting everything set up. Mate, it's going to be a great night. Obviously, the attendance isn't the best. We've still got 13 guys that have been dedicated to stay with us as well, which is really good to see. So everyone's going to get points tonight. It's the last hurrah on F1 24 for these Division 1 drivers. And some of these Division 2 drivers obviously have got another 3 weeks to go, unfortunately, because those titles are still on the line. We will try and line the calendar up next time to the release of the game. It's so unfortunate sometimes, but we do like to continue. We do like to keep it going. I know that the game has had such a big hit lately, which is really good to see. But also, we want to finish the championships on a high. And also Division 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are still to be decided. Unlike tonight, constructors have gone to the Ferraris, and then now it's about Chandlers and Jonno tonight, here's the graphic. There you go, Andy. Graphic is up. 2 into 1. Who will reign supreme? And
absolutely. Great to see that we've got a as much as incredibly unlikely with the final race of the season here in Division 1. It's great to see that we've got battles going across the rest of the divisions. We're not yet watching stuff, guys. We're just going through the preamble before we jump into qualification, so don't worry about that. There are a couple of cars going out on track. But yeah, this is the finale. We're looking forward to a good couple of races here, sprint and of course feature. And we will be getting going. Chandlers on 252 points, Jonno on 218. We need a couple of DNFs from Chandlers and Jonno to get 2 wins and 2 fastest laps. So it is pretty unlikely, but we'll see how we get on, SJ.
Yeah, it's been a great season between these two. And obviously Campbell Adams last season, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal last season. Did a great job. And it's good to see someone else take the reins and take the win. You know, whoever that is going to be tonight, Chandlers and Jonno, they both deserve it. They've both done very, very well. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's what you want. That's what you want in F1 sim racing. That's what you want in league racing. You don't want to see dominance. You know, we're seeing that at the moment in F1. In the current season with the McLarens and the Red Bulls, and we're seeing the dominance of the McLarens for a change and not the dominance of Max, you know, so it changes things up a bit, which is really good to see. But no, I'm looking forward to this, and I think they both deserve it, and whoever does take the championship as well deserved. So congratulations to every single one of you tonight, and also everyone else that is not here and that has participated this season. And yeah, let's have a good finale tonight. Over to short quality.
Yeah, over to short quali we go. And so far then, so Jonno, one of the championship protagonists then, with a 126.8, was leading the way. Aiden is raiding in the Alpine, has just dipped into the 126.7s with a 126.7 double 9. So he is currently leading the way. 7 minutes left of this short qualification session. 7 drivers with times on the board so far, all running the medium compound tyre in qualification. Maybe saving themselves some softs for later on in the festivities this afternoon or this evening. What's your thoughts about the field, SJ? So we've got Jonno and Chandlers. Who else has shone this season for you?
Steg. He's unfortunate, you know. He's had a few DNFs, few situations. He missed a few races. You know, he was third in the championship. I think he still is. Let me just double check. I just don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, he is third, 196 points. So if Garris does not have a good showing here, Gully could take P2, which, you know, it would be a massive, a bit of a downer on his performance this season. Niall Jura, unfortunately, he's not here. And GeForce Nick. You know, GeForce Nick's had a good season. Shifty's had a good season when he's reserved up as well, 110 points. Lamb as well, Watanabe, and also Campbell, Keithy, Sammy, you know, a few of them. But obviously, yeah, like the new game obviously has probably pushed those over to there. But it is what it is, you know. We know that was going to happen. We know that, you know, this is the last race. Yeah, that's why this last race made the last race. Yes, that's correct, Thunderbolts. That's why we did make it short as well. So we did do it for the drivers as well, but unfortunately they want to continue with F1 25, which is fair enough, and that's preference. But yeah, I would say Jonno, Chandlers, and Gully have been phenomenal this season, and it's been some really, really good battles with all 3 of them. And yeah, I'm buzzing to see what these guys do next season. Who doesn't take it out for this season, what they're going to do next season. You know, they're going to
new game dynamics.
Coming back from redemption, Andy.
Yeah, there'll be new game dynamics, my friend. So that will mix things up a little bit. You know, I'm already hearing on the grapevine that people are really, really enjoying the game, and it's got some slightly better drivability. So yeah, that'll shake things up again. And of course, we'll have the usual guys who seem to be quick no matter what game cycle we're on. We will see a few changes up and down the grid for sure next season, and that'll all start, of course, with the practices and the socials and the races where people are going to be trying to get themselves placed into, you know, respective tiers. Because I'm pretty sure we'll do all the trials again to make sure that people are put in the right tier.
Yeah, evaluations are done. It's actually called a round robin, which was an idea of someone else who is still in the league. It was his idea, great idea, I've got to say, and it's a round robin. So it consists of 4 weeks of racing. And then basically the top four, whoever win in that race, they go into a group one, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And then you do 4 weeks, and everything will be obviously explained. And then from those 4 races, we will then evaluate where you are on pace-wise and put you into divisions.
Great. Good stuff. Good stuff.
A lot of work.
That's what we like to see. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but you know, the leagues where they put the right amount of work in to assess the drivers and the divisions that the drivers go in, those are the most successful leagues. You know, if there isn't too much, if you rely too much on time trials, you know that you're going to get people sandbagging. That's just the way it is. But when you get yourself into round robins, when actual race conditions, people can't help themselves but to race. So there'll be plenty of competition for places, and I'm sure there's guys that want to get themselves into the higher tiers as well. You know, there's no fun for me in being in a lower tier and dominating every week.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, some people will go backwards with the new game. Of what I'm seeing in the new game at the moment, it's all about braking. If you do not get your braking points right, you are really going to struggle because you're going to have to brake a lot earlier. You know, you can't brake late on the apex or the corners now. The car will just continue, and you'll go way off your line as well. And the dirty air as well on the game has been a very, very powerful thing this season. So if you're too far, if you're behind a car and you're traveling behind them, like tailgating in, but obviously getting a tow, and you don't brake in time, you'll just go straight. You won't be able to make the corner. So there's going to be a lot more, and then obviously you've got some of the drivers that maybe from Div 2 or Div 3 or taking off the assists, so, and they could be evaluated differently. I feel like I'm going to go backwards, personally. But we'll have to wait and see. And also what I'm hearing is your setups have to be on point. If your setups aren't on point, you are going to struggle. But the beauty of it is there's more rhythm, there's more movement coming out the corners, more momentum. You're picking up a lot more speed in a few areas where you haven't done before. Like the likes of the S's in Suzuka, the S's in Mexico, the S's in Coda, Raskas in Belgium, you can take flat out, up the Rouge. There's just so many different places. And then you've also then got to take into account as well that the cars are a little bit slower. As well, so that's going to be quite interesting for a few people as well, and yeah, I'm buzzing. I can't wait for it. I can't wait. It's going to be really good. We're going to see maybe some new drivers. We're going to see some returnees, some veterans. It's going to be really, really good, and it's going to see a lot of time to get it all prepped and get it all ready. But when it is, it's going to be worth it, and we're going to have a fantastic 18-round season.
Yeah, can't wait. When does that season get underway then?
That's the question.
When's the
that is the
race?
question. I do not have dates. I do not have dates yet. We're mainly concentrating on 24. We want to get it out the way. We've still got titles still up for grabs. Still people are still concentrating on it.
Yep.
And we want to be fair to them. We don't want to take that away. There has been a few little suggestions of 2 races in one night. I haven't really seen much more of that come to tuition. It's something I'm happy to discuss. If these guys want to get it done quicker, then it's something we can look at. But at the moment, we're just concentrating on the rest of Division 1, obviously tonight, Division 2 to Division 6. And then after the season's finished, we might give the guys a couple of days off, and then we'll start getting into evaluations. So you'll know everything will be announced in the announcements in the Discord, everything. But yeah, it's something we've been thinking of the 2 races in one night as well. But everyone has to be in agreement. We can't have one person that says no and then the others say yes, because it just won't work. It has to be fair across the board. So yeah, a lot to look forward to. And don't worry, everything will be announced. Everything will be announced. Everything will go in an announcement. Everyone will know what we're doing. So do not worry about that.
Yeah, Wojciech Steg, we mentioned him earlier on. He's just gone quickest then. He is provisional pole with a 126.1. Quite a bit faster than Aiden Israden with that 126.799. Lamb then moves into second place. Watanabe now third. Aiden is relegated down to fifth, with Ryder Bomb in the Red Bull taking P4. Still plenty of cars left across the line, though, and we had a little bit of Jonno action there as Jonno got a tow from his teammate Sammy. Jonno pips Wojciech Steg, 125.7. So he's doing everything he needs to do, but Chandlers with a 125.6. The champion in waiting takes what looks like pole position. A couple of cars left across the line, but at the minute, Aiden is ready, dips into the pit. Limitless Draco comes across the line now to complete the session, and it's going to be Chandlers who starts on pole position in this sprint race, SJ.
Yes, it is, and it's been like this for most of the season. They start to have a nice little battle between them, and look at that, how you want the season to end on the sprint weekend. And we've got Chandlers and Jonno in P1, P2, and Wojciech Steg in P3. A very impressive lap there from Hado, putting it up into P4. Yeah. So very, very well done from him from Division 2. Very, very well done. And a few guys, obviously, no one's setting a time. No, that's the last person. And Yuki Bear down there in a 28.2. So he's been playing 25 way too much, because you can tell from that time. That is a big difference. But no, top three going to be great. 3 seconds going into it. Andy, this is about it. This is the last time we are going to say sprint for 24.
Yeah, it is. Last sprint race of the season at one of my favorite tracks as well, Silverstone. We're going to have 9 laps, I believe, of glorious racing action in what looks like glorious racing conditions as well, SJ. Not a cloud in the sky, a tiny little bit of haze way off into the distance, but the sun is shining. And let's hope we've got some dry racing laps to see how these guys can perform around Silverstone.
Definitely. How does no one not want to race at Silverstone? Madness. Absolutely madness. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is.
It is. I'm going to see if I can get Watanabe back in, because he's just dipped.
Okay, gonna just quickly message this guy because all right, well, while you're doing that, I'll take away the sprint and I'll let you take away the feature. We got 5 red lights for the last time this season in Division 1 of the finale at Silverstone. Here we go. We've got Chandlers and Jonno, the 2 championship people battling it out, and Chandlers taking into P1. We've got Jonno into P2, Steg into P3, followed very close by Keefe. Drama at the back. Lamb's gone round, lost his front wing. What has happened there? Bit of drama already in this race. Look, this tracker has dropped as well. Remember, there is no safety cars on the sprint. A little bit of drama going on very early on in this race. Let's look at some position changes. Lap 1 noted already by the onboard steward there. Lamb dropping all the way down. How many places he's dropped down? Lamb 7, Limitless 5, Wonton 3, Wonton disconnecting. Oh, that's unfortunate at the moment. We're going to go back out the front to see this battle going on. And it is Chandlers, Jonno and Steg. All 3 of them. And Keefe in the DRS with Hado, with Ryder, with Aiden is Raiden. Chevy Prism in P8. And then Sammy, then Yuki. Then that is it. That are your top 10 DRS cars all in a row at the moment. Back to you, Andy, and it looks like, we're going to see more drama here because Jonno is making a move. Steg is trying to come on the inside or the outside, and it looks like Jonno takes the lead. Steg's going to go right round this corner there. Does he get the jump then? Oh, a little bit of battle there between Steg and Chandlers going at it, and then Steg and Chandlers are going side by side. Look, he's squeezed him off, and Jonno is in the lead, gets the fastest lap as well for the time being. Lap 2 out of 9, and we've had a lot of drama in this sprint race. Only on lap 2 out of 9 already, Andy.
Yeah, incredible start. 10-second penalty for Lamb as he speeds into the pit lane, and he's called it a night in the sprint. He's going to go and cool off so that he can get himself ready for the feature. And it's Wojciech Steg now who takes it up from Jonno in the Ferrari, Chandlers in the Alpine, Keefe. Wojciech Steg and Jonno battling it down towards, contact from Chandlers. Got to be careful. The only way Jonno can win this title is if Chandlers DNFs in both races. There was contact there, SJ.
Yeah, a bit of drama. A bit of drama. Yeah, people are placing bets tonight. What is going to happen? We'll have to wait and see. Thank you very much for the subscription there as well. 19 mums, Kyle. Thank you very much. And also to Tudor, to Coops on Sticks as well. Tudor jumping in as well for the onboard tonight. Really appreciate that. This will be the last time that we see Tudor in this season for F124 as the onboard steward. So a massive thank you for him and all of his time and commitment that he's done for Division 1. But we are seeing Steg make a move on Jonno, getting the job done as Chandlers goes around the outside, tries to get the job done on Jonno. I've got to let you know as well, Jonno is injured while doing this race. He has pulled ligaments in his wrist. So he has really shown his commitment, which I love to see and love to hear, but I hope he's okay. Don't damage that wrist too much, mate. Your well-being is worth more than Rush Racing League. So yeah, keep it up. And customer relations resub for 24 months. Insane commitment. Well done to customer relations. Steg in the lead at the moment, then Chandlers, then Jonno, then Ryder, then Haydo, then Aids, as Raiden, then Shimmy Prison, then Sammy, then Yuki Bear, Keithy, Limitless, Draco, Wanton, Navy, if we've got him back in, and Lamb has called it. And only 8 people get points here, Andy. So Keithy, Yuki, Limitless, and Wanton, Navy at the moment are out of the points.
Yeah, absolutely. I have sent Watanabe an invite, but he's dropping like a stone. So it might be one of the age-old glitches for F124 where you can get back in, but you can't take control of the car. He has had an invite. He was on the very last page of the 400 friends I've got. So it did take me a while to find him, but I did get the invite to him. So we'll see if he gets in. Everybody else, though, from 1 down to 11, nose to tail in a nice, big, long DRS train. And plenty of action happening out in front as a move by Chandlers to look down the inside of Wojciech's deck then as they go down towards Stowe and then in towards the Vale chicane for the 3rd time. But it's Wojciech's deck who comes out on top as they begin lap 4 of 9 here in this, the final sprint race of season number 8.
Oh yeah, he's just about to get the move done going into turn 1. They're going side by side. Good bit of racing there. Also, thank you very much to the other subscription there from yourself, Andy. Love the support. Hype train is on. Level 1. Feel free to jump on board for Division 1. Show your support for these guys. The last time for 24, as this is going to be the last race, but we do have one more race, which is the big one, which is the feature. And it's going to be a great one. And if it's anything like this, Andy, we are going to have a very interesting finale to commentate for Division 1.
Yeah, always a good race here in Div 1. Even with only a reduced number of drivers, the racing out in front, the action we've got out in front between certainly the top 3, but Rider Bomb getting himself in on that as well. Little gap now to Haydo, but Haydo doing a good job sticking within that DRS of Rider Bomb, but certainly the front 3 or 4 really are putting the pedal down to the metal. Jonno really looking. This looks like a late lunge, is it? No, Chandlers decides better of it. Into Stowe again. Little look from Jonno on the inside, coming into the chicane, but dipped back in behind. And Haydo. We said Haydo had done a good job. Haydo gets himself out in front of Rider Bomb now. Jonno sets the fastest lap of the race to 1:28.1. And a small gap appearing then between Jonno and Haydo. The front 3 break free. Now we're going to see a 3-way tussle for the top step of the podium in this sprint race. The season finale weekend in Division 1. And it's all heating up, SJ.
Yeah, it is. It's getting very interesting as well. We're seeing Ryder making an overtake on Haydo as well, which is interesting to see, which is good. And then Jonno trying to stay with Chandlers at the moment. It is a DRS train with the front 3. Ryder just keeping in there at the moment. 9.5 attempts, 1 second out now. It looks like he could have lost the DRS as well. I'm actually going to say goodbye to Ryder as well. Ryder is leaving us at the end of the season as well. So thank you very much to him for his support. Shame not to keep him in for 25. If he does change his mind, he's always welcome to come back. But yeah, we are going to lose Ryder Bomb as well. So yeah, which is a shame. But drivers do come and they do go, don't they, Andy?
Yeah, they do. It's one of the things, isn't it, with league racing? Drivers come and go. Champions change. and your lineups change. And yeah, it is always sad to see somebody go, but I'm no doubt somebody else will step up. I tell you, he hasn't stepped up. Sammy in the Ferrari didn't step up then. He's just dropped 2 or 3 positions after some form of incident in his Ferrari and gets bested by Keithy and Limitless Draco, down to P11 for Sammy.
Yeah, a bit of drama there, which is unfortunate. We'll have to wait and see what happens. If there is any on-board situations going on, we'll have to wait and see. At the moment, though, Steg in P1, Chandlers in P2. We're going to jump on board with Jonno for a flying lap, see how he goes.
Yeah, we've got a great front row seat there. A little bit of a loose back end from Wojciech pushes Chandlers off the track. Jonno, though, just manages to avoid getting into contact with Chandlers there. Chandlers takes position 2 back in behind the McLaren of Wojciech Steg. From Jonno's rear wing, we can see that Ryder Bomb is closing in as well as they get through Maggots and Beckett's, then into Chapel, of course, for this next DRS zone. Really powerful DRS zone this, down towards Stowe. We'll see if Chandlers can close in on Wojciech Steg, or will it be Jonno getting the move done on the inside of the Alpine? Late on the brakes, hard on the accelerator. Looks like he's going to get in front, and he does indeed. Jonno then in front of the championship leader Chandlers as they go through the Vale chicane and then through that final turn, as Wojciech Steg just manages to maintain P1 throughout the course of this lap. Wantanebi's finally got himself in, so he'll be looking to try and close that 37-second gap over the course of the last 3 laps. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate, isn't it? It's been the same thing with 24 is being kicked out of the lobbies and then not being able to take control. So hopefully he can take control. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, currently at the moment, Jonno in P2, Chandlers in P3, and Ryder in P4. We're going to jump on board with Ryder just to see his little back. We're going to jump on board with him and see how he goes.
Yeah, good. Again, a good shot of the cars battling out in front. And they'll head down towards Maggots and Beckett's then. It'd be interesting to see how on the new game how these types of corners perform. I know that we've had different types of corners throughout the course of the different game cycles. It really does make your driver change position. Haydo and Chevy Prism battling it out as well. Ooh, a little bit of sausage curb there for Ryder Bomb. Unsteadies the car, loses a 10th or 2 to the back of Chandlers in the Alpine. Then as they finish lap 7, onto the penultimate lap they go then, burning some battery in terms of the hot lap here for Ryder, trying to keep himself in touch with these guys when they get towards that final lap, SJ. Too close to call though right now. Plenty of battery left on all drivers. Who's your favourite from here on in?
It's going to be tough, isn't it? It's going to be very, very tough at the moment how it's going to go. And, there's a bit of a bang in the wheels at the front there. And Ryder's got involved in that. And he's going to go around the outside of Stig. Does he get the job done? It doesn't look like it. We are going to see a nice little battle there. It looks like a bit of damage has gone off. We've got Yuki going round down there into P11. He's had a bit of an incident there with Sammy. But yeah, this is getting very interesting. We're going to jump on board with Stig, because Jonno has pulled out into P1 at the moment. And this is a position that Jonno needs, but Chandlers is in P2. So at the moment it is looking likely it is Chandlers for the taking. As Steg completely misses the track there, and he's gone off track. So that will be looked at. Lap 8 in the sprint will definitely be looked at, because he's overtaken Chandlers there. So he may have to give that position back. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Andy, I'll let you take away the last lap of the sprint.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, we are round the final turn then for the final lap here on the sprint race season finale weekend. It's Jonno in the Ferrari leading the way with the McLaren of Wojciech Steg in P2. Chandlers, the champion in waiting, P3 in the Alpine with Ryder Bomb, P4. Yuki picks up 10 seconds in the penalty department. for his finish there in the pit lane. But it's Jonno, Wojciech, Steg, Chandlers and Riderbomb leading the way. 4.7 seconds clear of the chasing pack. Jonno moving left to try and break the toe, but it's Wojciech Steg who takes that lead up. Has he taken it too soon, though? Because down that long straight after Maggis, Beckett's and Chapel, he will come under severe amounts of pressure. And Wojciech Steg, leading now on lap 9, could well find himself off the podium if these guys are quick enough through Maggotts and Beckett's to get that DRS. He saved only 50% of his battery as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Can Wojciech Steg hold on? Will he get swallowed up by the chasing pack? Down they go through Maggotts, Beckett's into Chapel for the final time in this sprint race. Their DRS will be activated on the Ferrari, the Alpine, and indeed the Red Bull. Here we go then. Who's going to make the move? It's Wojciech Steg out towards the right-hand side on the inside. Gets the job done, does he? No. Jonno somehow hangs on. Takes a defensive line into the Vale chicane. Goes a bit deep. The others follow him. Here comes Riderbomb, though, on the inside of Chandlers. Can he get the job done? No, he can't! Collisions aplenty. Jonno, Wojciech Steg, Chandlers. That's your podium. Riderbomb and Chandlers came right into it there. The final turn. Contact span both of them, but they did both go through that finish line. Haydo finishes 5th with Keithy in 6th. Limitless Draco 7th. The Ferrari of Sammy up into 8th in the end with Chevy Prism 9th. Aiden is rated 10th. And the unfortunate Watanabe, who has managed to take control of his car, because I can see him weaving down the long straight towards Stowe. He will finish 11th with Yuki Bear and Lamb calling it a day in the pit lane, SJ.
Yeah, what a finish. Always a bit of drama, which is always good to see. Vesit Steger there, and obviously that line looks like it's going to be looked at by the stewards massively there. But yeah, Jonno and Chandlers, they drove fantastic. So did Steg, and always good to see a bit of action, isn't it, in the sprint round? You don't know how it's going to go, but yeah, it's going to be
wonderful little bit of. I like the defensive driving there from Jonno. Jonno wins the race then. Picks himself up a top step on the podium. Wojciech Steg, in second in the McLaren. The Alpine of Chandler's third. And depending upon any onboard stewarding, that secures the championship for the Alpine driver, SJ, I believe.
Yes, that is it. Yes, we do. We have a world champion, and we're going to have a very good conversation with him very, very soon. I'll just get this all down. Yeah, we've got all the numbers down there. But yeah, Jonno taking P1. Steg taking P2 and Chandler's taking P3. Yeah, so there we go. And then we're going to do quali all over again. And this time we'll actually get some qualifying done this time, Andy, and we'll get on to some hot laps.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, super stuff from Chandlers, but yeah, with Jonno taking that race victory, super stuff from him down the straight towards Stowe, and then a great defensive line into the Vale chicane allowed him to maintain his position. Did go deep, of course, into the Vale chicane, but the others just couldn't quite get past. So super stuff from Jonno in the Ferrari. Really just kind of putting the exclamation point on his second position in this championship.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's been a great championship, and you know, you've been with Rush for a period of time now, and you know how some of these championships have gone. You know, last season we saw it got quite close, didn't it, with obviously Finns and Campbell, but then Campbell just showed pure dominance and just then ended up running away with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a wild display from Campbell Adams, and F1 Finns stayed with him as for as long as he could. But yeah, I mean, I think he won like 15 races in that season in total. So it was, you're right, it was pure dominance. Been a bit more mixed up this season. And, you know, I think it's worth noting actually that Jonno, this is only Jonno's 14th weekend, whereas it's the 18th weekend for the championship winner, Chandlers. So, you know, if he'd been around for the whole season, you never know what would have happened, but it is what it is. And the Alpine driver will lift the trophy at the end of proceedings today.
Yes, agreed. I do agree, and I think it's going. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because it would have liked to have gone. Yeah, it would have liked to have gone to the final, but yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, Chandlers has finished in P2, and yeah, that he can't be caught now. That's it. He needed to DNF one of those races, and he finished P3. So interesting to say the least. But no, we still got a feature race, and we've got one, two, three. We've got four people on an lap. Who do we jump on board? We've got Steg, we've got Chevy, we've got Aiden, or we've got Chandlers, or do we jump on board with the championship winner himself?
Um,
I'll let you take it
oh,
away.
let's go championship winner.
Oh,
Let's take championship winner.
He's actually he's actually gone off the track there. Interesting, but we'll jump on board with Chandlers, and we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah,
Haydo is on a lap at the moment. Yeah, I'll just jump with Chandlers then, as he just behind the McLaren of Wojciech. Wojciech moves over. So it will be Chandlers then down towards the Vale chicane to start this hot lap on the medium tyre. Round the corner he goes then. Plenty of curb on the inside then on the runoff, of course, at turn one. Got to mind the bumps here at turn one. He did catch a little bump there, unsteadied the car ever so slightly, but plenty of curb through turns 1 and 2, then into curbs on 3 and 4. Catching the apex plus a little bit more, getting the back end unsteady, steps out there, and then it's DRS wing wide open with his teammate Aiden is radiating right behind him, so hopefully that doesn't unsettle him as he bumps it into the next 2 turns. Lots of he's given up, has Chandlers there. He a little bit of a scruffy lap, and he's let Aiden is raiding through, so Aiden is raiding will take this up in the Alpine down towards Stowe. He will go and throw it into there, keeps it valid into Maggots and Beckett's. One of my favourite series of corners on the game, actually. SJ, Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Then down that long straight they'll go with the wing wide open. Aiden is raiding out in front of Chandlers on this, the hot lap.
Yes.
Down towards Vale for that final time. Aiden is raiding across the line first with a 1:27.2. Wojciech Steg, by the way, a 1:25.9. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, everybody, because that is over a second in front of Haydo, currently sat in second. Chandler's obviously with that mistake and then letting Aiden is raiding through, did get himself into a lap, but 1:29. I'm pretty sure he will just be going again. Yeah, he's got full track. He's got to get a nice little tow as well from Wojciech.
Yeah, it's interesting to see there. 1:25 on them softs. A few guys making those decisions, those mediums. You've got Aiden as raiding both the Alpines as well. Tow still available in this Q1. Obviously, it's short quality. We're not going to be doing full quality, so it's going to be a short session. And then you've then got Keefe in that P7 spot at the moment, who looks like to finish his lap, and he's also on the mediums as well. So a few guys deciding to go on to the mediums. The question will be here for this one. I know it's obviously over now, but going to be finishing high. Can Sammy get to the top and help his teammate of Jonno? That would be the question, as Kiki does a 1:27.3. That would be the big main question here. Can Sammy get to the top to help Jonno here tonight for the feature?
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? And again, with Sammy has performed well this season. When he's been on it, he's been really on it. He's been finding himself up towards the top end of proceedings. He's had a few unfortunate races, of course, where he's got himself into some trouble, as most guys have. But yeah, it would be nice to see the Ferrari boys working together, a little bit like the 2 Alpine boys are at present in qualification here. We've got Aiden is raiding. He's going to try and give Chandlers a tow down one of the straights to try and get him back up to the top. In terms of the overall standings, SJ, obviously Div 1, we've only got the one Mercedes driver tonight. Mercedes are clear in the overall standings right now. But can anybody else catch them? We've only got one driver in the McLaren as well here tonight. So Wojciech's got his work cut out to try and single-handedly close this gap. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the overall standings then with this round of races left to go?
Obviously, both teams at the top there, Mercedes, have got a big lead. I think if you mathematics of very good, I think they've got about 300-point lead.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but anything can happen in F1. Like some of these guys have been getting 150, 160 over a weekend. Division 1 is going to be out, so they've got Division 2 to Division 6. Both teams are strong in different departments. I would say the Mercedes have got it. I'm not going to obviously.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, unlucky on the other teams, but I think at the moment, the way it's going, I think they will have it. I think it's a big enough gap to get out in front, unfortunately. And but I've got to say, the Kick Saubers are absolutely flying at the moment on form. And if McLaren are not careful, they will take the McLarens in the overalls, which
only
we
2 points in it, right? 1,972 to 1,970. So yeah, nip and tuck.
Yeah, it's not been like that though. Do you know what I mean? Like, and this is the thing. I know people are quitting and giving up of F125, but look what's on for offer. I know there's no money or prize given or stuff like that, but Kicks could finish P2 in the overalls, and they were nowhere near the McLaren at the start of the season. So that just shows you the pure dominance that they've had. And some races have gone Mercedes' way, some races have gone McLaren's way, some races have gone Kick's way. And this is the thing, and you get to see when you look at the overalls, who are the teams that are struggling and why are they struggling. And that's why our draft is going to be so important for the TPs, because it's not like your normal draft that you just do, division by division by division. We're doing something completely different, to change things up a bit, make it a little bit more strategic for the TPs so they have more power, but they have more responsibility on who they pick. If they're going to pick fast drivers, they're going to pick guys that turn up, they're going to pick time management guys, that's what it's all about. And some of these teams this season have had fantastic drivers. Mercedes had fantastic drivers at the start. It dipped down a little bit. Obviously, they've had a few penalties against them and a big penalty that hit them quite hard. But they've bounced back from that. They've kept on the bandwagon and they followed through. McLaren, they've had problems along the way. I think Steg has DNF'd a little bit too many races this season. One of the races he's missed. Some of the races that they haven't been able to fill a driver or they've been let down, and that causes a problem. And then a few of the drivers being race bans and, a few DNFs as well in other areas and other areas that McLaren have not, capitalised on points when they should have done. And then you've got Kick, not really anywhere near to begin with at the start. But Division 3, they're on fire, they're on form. Whiff is taking it to Plugger in Division 3 at the moment. Plugger could have won it last week, but he didn't finish in the position he needed to. So that could go to the wire. And Plugger hasn't had the best races in the last few weeks. It's been a bit off. So pressure could be there. So there's a lot. It's been very interesting. And you can always say, can't you, what if? What if I had the team at the beginning? What if I had these guys? Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. People leave. They spat the dummy. That they get a bit moody because the incidents don't go the way, the reports don't go the way, and unfortunately, that changes the whole dynamics of a team. And 9 times out of 10, you want to see a team at the end of the season. You want to try and see the people that you signed at the beginning to the end. But unfortunately, people get a bit hot-headed and they can't stay within the team. They fall out the TP. Decision doesn't go their way. End of the day, it's a computer game.
And that's all about a little bit of, it is a computer game, and I guess the community of Formula One, you do have a lot of younger guys in there that they can't be held account too much from a maturity point of view. This stuff, bizarrely enough, is a real good learning ground for guys and girls around relationship building and how to actually get on with people and be a good person. Sometimes people fall foul of that, but it's it's a really good opportunity for people to kind of learn a little bit of relationship building stuff, and it really does help when you've got a great relationship in the garage.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Team bonding, team morale. That's a big thing in sim racing, and I think we know that PSGL, biggest league in the world, they don't do TPs. And every time I've spoken to a few people, they've been like, that's something we may do. They select the drivers in the tiers that they need to go into. And that's something that they've really enjoyed to do. But everyone's different. Everyone has a different dynamics of running things, and we have TPs. We give them the opportunity to choose their drivers, to build the bonds with their friends, and I think the one thing we're trying to do is we're trying to get the guys to try and work together as a team, not as in several teams,
Yeah.
because that's when things get a little bit, like, I don't know, we've got Kit working with Ferrari and Williams and Alpine and whatever, we want the guys to work with, hopefully just themselves. That's something that we're trying to get sorted, which is a, it's probably a long process, and unfortunately, when you've got a driver that turns around to you and says, "Oh, I don't want to go in the same VC as my mate," or "I've got no mic," you're in a bit of a difficult position, then, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Looks like everybody's going to dip into the pits unless Keefe's on his way around now. Keefe's in the pits as well. We're going to have a lull in proceedings. Watanabe's just coming out. I think he's on an outlap, is he? No. There is a... Oh, it's Chevy Prism, beg your pardon. So Chevy Prism's coming out. He's on an outlap. Only car out on track at the moment. 4.5 minutes left then of this short qualification session for the final race of Season 8 in Division 1. Wojciech Steg still holds the advantage here, SJ, with that 125.9 on the soft tyre. Where is Chandlers? Chandlers 126.7. Interesting to see who is going to claim the final victory of this, the final race in Season 8 in Division 1.
Yes, it is indeed. Who do we jump on board with? Do you want to take it away at Silverstone? You love this track. I've done this, especially you, Andy. I knew that you were going to be away, and I knew that you were going to make the return. So take it away, mate. Over to you at Silverstone for Chevy Prism.
Yeah, thank you very much, my friend. Here he goes then in the Aston Martin. This may well be Chevy Prism's last flying lap. Into turn number 3 goes, catches the apex beautifully, heading off towards the black box on the left-hand side. Turns in again beautifully on the throttle then. Flat out over the corner, wing wide open on the back of this Aston Martin. Does he swing over to the left-hand side? He does ever so slightly to miss those bumps underneath the flyover. Then it's in he goes around the right-hand side. One of the slowest corners on the track, but manages to get himself out beautifully, taking lots of curb on the runoff, hugging then the inside, and then it's the long run down towards Stowe. Can he make it a great turn into Stowe? Plenty of curb on the in and out. And then it's down towards Maggots and Beckett's then for his final run. Again, should be flat out, possibly flat out through here as well. Yes, he is. Slight touch on the brake, down towards 5th gear. A little bit too much curb there on the exit of Chapel, and it's down now towards Stowe for the final time. 6th, that red flashing light. 19% battery, down towards the Vale chicane. Curb. Nicely done there, beautifully done through that final chicane into final turn, and then he'll cross the line and he'll move himself up. Will he? No, he will not move himself up. Still there, 2.5 tenths better off, but doesn't improve his position, SJ.
Yep, not bad lap. He's put himself into P3. A driver that hasn't been with us most of this season, and when he has, he's showed some serious pace, which is really good to see from Chevy Prism. We could see a little bit of a change. I think everyone is going to start to go out now. 1 minute and 41. I think we are going to jump on board with Jonno for an outlap for the final thing. He's been fantastic this season. He looks like he's going to get a tow from his teammate. Chandler's down there in P6. He's on an outlap. Everyone is on an outlap. And Yeah, 1 minute and 22 to go. We've been a bit of a waffle in this last one, but we've had a chance to because everything is signed, sealed, and delivered.
Wow!
And
Wow, Chevy Prism going through. Chevy Prism going through Maggots and Beckett's, and Yuki Bear was just meandering through, and Chevy Prism's collected him, taken the front right wheel off that car, and it's a 5-place grid penalty for Yuki Bear, by the way. Sorry for shouting over your interrupted, SJ, but that was wild.
Wow. Was he on a lap?
He was not on a lap. He was firing through. He was on medium battery with only 33% left of it. And he was coming through at pace to try and get himself round again so he could start another fresh lap. And wow. What a mistake that was. Definitely needs to be noted by our onboard steward because that will be looked at.
Well, here we go. Last time, here we go for a flying lap of 2024 with Jonno in the Ferrari at Silverstone down the main straight behind his teammates. So he's going to get a really nice tow. This is to take P1. I don't know if Jonno knows that it's done and dusted at the moment. We have to wait and see, but it is done and dusted from our end. Oh, Sammy really, really pushing that in there. Coming up to the next couple of corners, then going on to the hangar straight with the DRS. Remember, you do not want to sit to the right-hand side due to the bump that is in the track. So he gets nicely over there, moves over to the left, gets over to the right, then drops it down into a very nice gear into gear 4, drops it down into around about 78%. He's getting very close to his teammate here. We'll have to wait and see. Where's my onboard SJ? I will have to reimburse you. Well, I'll have to reimburse you, mate, on that one. I really do apologise. I didn't see it. We were too busy on board something else. I will refund you soon. But Jonno is in P4 at the moment. Is he going to be able to take pole? He's going through Maggots and Bickets. You have to get this spot on. He's going to get the nicest tow ever. These guys might continue. And no, they're not going to continue. Jonno has gone for the move. Steg has taken pole position at the moment. Jonno now coming into Stowe. 3, 2, 1 going into Stowe. Going very nicely, keeping within track limits. I don't know if he's up or down on this time because he's gone so fast. Going into the last couple of corners. Here we go. Very nice and very smooth on the last couple of corners there. Crosses the line. What's it going to be? P2, unfortunately. Sammy does P10, 11. There's people skidding, people off the track. A lot of drama at the end there. Keefe going off. A lot of stuff happening in this qualifying session. That is it. Job done, ladies and gentlemen. And we're about to find out who took pole position.
Yeah, it was Wojciech Steg took pole position by 8 1/1000ths of a second from Jonno, who couldn't quite do enough there on that final lap. Chandlers will be in P3. Flying in formation are the two Alpines with Ignis Ring up into P4 with the two Red Bulls then doing exactly the same. Riderbomb P5, Limitless Draco P6, the Aston Martin of Chevy Prisms P7 with Hado P8. Keefe then P9 with 5 positions grid penalty. 3 drivers with position penalties, by the way. Riderbomb, Keefe, and is it Lam or Sammy? No, Yuki Bear, beg your pardon. Wanton AB 10, Sammy 11, Lam 12, and Yuki Bear will start at the rear. Got damage on both his runs, says Yuki Bear.
Interesting. And a little bit of drama on this last race of the season, which is... Yeah, I think these guys have been playing 25 a bit too long, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do. Let the onboards make the decision. We are about to get underway with I have just refunded you, mate. I do apologise. If you want to push it back in and put it on Keefe for the race, then I will give you an onboard lap for free in the race if that is something that is okay with your standards. But here we go. I'm going to, Andy, take away this again because I'd love to take the final lap away. So I'm going to give you this one, Andy. Absolutely. All over to you, mate, for the last time this season in Division 1.
Yeah, last time. The weather is a little bit murkier, SJ. We do have a covering of cloud here in Northamptonshire in England. Typical British weather at the height of summer. Cloud covering after a beautiful sunny qualification session and a beautiful sunny sprint race as well. But here we go then. The lights light for the final time this season at Silverstone. It's going to be Wojciech Steg on pole position. They're away and it's showtime for the final time here as Jonno and Wojciech Steg up to turn 1, side by side. Who is going to come out on top in the first few corners? It looks like Jonno might have got the move done, but it's going to be Wojciech on the inside for the next turn. Wojciech will be tussling, but won't have to drive out of the corner. It'll be Jonno in the Ferrari that takes the lead of the race. Wojciech second. Chandlers third. Aiden's Raiden fourth. Limitless Draco, Chevy Prism, Hado, Yuki Bear, Keithy, Lamb, Ryder Bomb. But it's all happening at the front. Here comes Chandlers now, looking to try and gain some traction and gain some position on the soft compound tyre. Jonno soft compound, Chandler soft compound. It's the medium compound tyre for Wojciech Steg here on lap 1 of 26 at Silverstone for the final time this season in Division 1. Can Wojciech Steg make those medium tyres gain enough traction, gain enough grip throughout the course of this first lap to not lose any more positions? What's the story going to be then as they head through Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel, then down the long hanger straight down towards Stowe? Position changes so far. Yuki Bear is indeed up 5 positions. Great stuff from him. It's 1 to Naby, who's missed out. 4 positions down for him. Sammy 3, Ryder Bomb 2. But it's Jonno, Wojciech Steg, Chandlers, and Aiden Israden, the leading 4 cars through the Vale game for the very first time. Yellow flags waving. We've got a Ferrari diving into the pit lane. It's Sammy into the pits for the first lap. No doubt getting some damage repaired on that Ferrari. Chevy Prism is out of the race on the straight.
Yeah.
And Ryder Bomb into the gravel. What's Ryder Bomb doing in the gravel here?
I have no idea what is going on here.
There's
lot of drama.
A distinct lack of, lots and lots of drama on laps 1 and 2. Virtual safety car now upgraded. SJ, it's been upgraded to a full safety car.
Yeah, that does look intentional. I'm not going to say anything because I'm not an onboard steward, but we'll wait and see what happens there. We've got Ryder with damage at the moment. It's all going off. I know there's only 13 cars on track, man, but wow, what is all going off? We're having a great 3-way battle here with Jonno, Wojciech, and Chandlers. And then all of a sudden we see he spins Chevy Prism, and then all of a sudden DNFs it into the wall, I think. So... yeah, that will be looked at. That
interesting
that. And
it
Ryder's
seems...
gone off track.
Yeah, Ryder's gone off. It looks like everybody's still going at full racing speed as well. And it is a full safety car. The safety car is out on track.
Yeah, it's the glitch in the corner, man. This is the reasons why we want rid of 24. Look, it's a safety car and it's still saying virtual. That's how broken the game is. I know, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
No, they're all diving into the pits anyway, so... Jonno, Wojciech, Chandlers all dip into the pit lane. Aiden is raiding as well. Hado continues, as does Lamb. Does Lamb continue? Yeah, Lamb continues as well. So the guys that have continued so far are Hado, Lamb, 1 to Naby. Everybody else, literally everybody else has pitted. Sammy had already pitted just before that safety car, so that's unfortunate for Sammy. I think it's unfortunate that everybody else was allowed to keep going at full race pace for Sammy there. Are we going to pick up the safety car? Yeah, we've picked up the safety car. So Hado's picked up the safety car on lap 3 of 26 then. Be interesting to see who has come out on top in the pit stops. Jonno, Wojciech, Chandlers, Limitless, Draco in 7th. Aiden is raiding due to that double stack from the Alpines, has lost out. He's down now in P10, losing 6 positions since the start of the race. And there's been a whole host of pit stops, SJ. One to note that Wojciech started on the medium tyre and has now switched to the hard. The other guys, Jonno, Chandlers, Limitless, Yuki, Keithy, and Aiden, have all switched to the medium tyre, so they will have to stop again. Ryder Bomb's gone on the hard tyre, and Sammy's thrown some softies on just to see what he can try and do, but they won't last too long round here. SJ said you could have a free on board. Could I have that on Yuki when they go green, please? There you go.
Just finding out a little bit of information, which is going to spice things up a little bit more. I have a little bit of a rumour that Chandlers was involved in 2 onboards in the sprint race. Hang on. Was
Right.
Jonno? I'm just trying to find out if Jonno was. Just find out. Hold your horses. Pause. The suspense is real. The suspense is real. Nope. Okay. Right. So, rumour on the grapevine. Chandlers is involved in 2 onboards in the sprint. What penalty? Hang on. This is what I want to find out. Because if he has obviously been involved in 2 onboards and they go obviously a higher pen, we could see Chandlers drop out of the points in the sprint race.
Well, he'd need probably... He might need like 15 seconds worth of penalties for that to happen. I can't remember the gap between there and 11th. Obviously, Watanabe was way off and 30 odd seconds behind. Yeah.
Just looking there.
Plugger says he thinks he'd need 10 seconds worth of penalties. Okay.
10. That's only Neo's. What he needs is 10. Okay. All right.
Maybe.
All right. This could go to steward call because I'm just not hearing this in the background. He goes, they both might be quite high. Hope he has his POV as well. So.
Oh God, yeah! Don't not have your POV last race of the season.
Interesting. All right.
That's another 5 seconds, right?
I hope this doesn't go down to the stewards. We might have to try and get the onboard steward to do the tickets now while the race is done, and then we can get onboard footage of if he's won or not, because it would be nice to know. Let's see if we can send him.
We'd need the timing sheet from that race. So if anybody's got the timing sheet, they can go and get that timing sheet for us. We can do a little bit of testing.
8 seconds.
Safety car stays out.
Is enough. There you go. So 8 seconds. All right. So Plugger's done a bit of research, and he's 8 seconds. So if he gets 2 tens. So if he gets a 10-second in both, or 5 and 5 in both, right, where does he finish in the sprint?
Five and 3 would mean he's out.
3 would mean he's out.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, 9th or 10th. Okay.
That's
of course, it's 8 positions for points, isn't it?
Well, we can't ask the head steward because he's on the track. I just asked him and he was like, he can't because he's racing. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So it's all down to this race, basically. At the moment.
Yeah, so it isn't over.
It is not over. It is not over. Interesting. Thank you very much for that, Tudor. Really appreciate that. Talking around the onboard. There's something we haven't done before. You know, we're just getting a look because you want to announce it at the end of the race. Congratulations, you are the world champion. You know, but you don't want to announce it, and then all of a sudden the stewards then come back, and then he gets penned, and he doesn't get the championship, and he loses it because that would make me look like a complete idiot on screen. But at the moment, if it stays how it is, he will still win. It's not enough. It's still not enough. So Chandlers basically in this race just needs to score points, and at the moment he is. So wherever he finishes, if it's 6th, last, or 1st, he still wins the championship. So yeah, it's all on the feature. So get ready, fasten your seatbelts. And if that has not gone into the garage or he's not been communicated that, he could be a little bit worried because what I've seen from some of the driving, what we've seen. There could be more incidents in this race before the end, Andy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It seems to have been a little bit erratic tonight, and I don't know whether that's just because the guys know it's the last race and the ones who can't win any kind of championship are a little bit more relaxed and not paying quite as much attention. And just to say that Ryder Bomb, by the way, has really struggled under these safety car conditions. He's been all over the place. He's been off track at least twice, if not 3 times. And it isn't just about, of course, whether or not we get going again. We've got the potential for further safety cars down the road, but we are going green yet again. It's Hado leading the way from XD Lamb, Watanabe, Jonno then with Wojciech Steg, Chandlers, Limitless Draco, Yuki Bear, Keithy and Aiden is Raiden. That's your top 10 as Jonno gets a move done on Watanabe. Jonno moving up into P3. Potential championship revived for the Ferrari man. And he takes advantage of a little bit of poor braking there from Watanabe. Gets himself up into P3, slightly fresher tyres, of course, after the pit stop. Sammy gets in front of Ryder Bomb as well at the back of the field. Purple first sector, that for Jonno, by the way. Let's keep our eyes on that, because don't forget we need some quickest, fastest laps as well for Ferrari if this is going to come to the last few laps in terms of the championship. Chandler's then in P5 at present. No time penalties. We don't know whether he's got any incidents he's been noted in so far for this one, but he's got a little bit of free track in front of him. He's out of DRS of Watanabe, 1.5 seconds, and he'll be working hard to try and close that gap to get himself back into the mix. He has used a lot of battery though, 17% on the Alpine as Jonno moves up into P2. Lamb down into P3. Hado still leads the way. Jonno will be wanting to dispense of that Haas pretty quickly to try and get himself out with those guys on those 5-lap-old tyres. He'll want to make some work do to get that to get the gap and try and break that DRS, I believe, there, SJ. What do you think?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's you're gonna have to try and stay with it. I just jumped on board with Yuki, did the full flying lap there. He is in a battle there with Limitless and Wojciech Steg. They're just staying within the DRS at the moment. Wojciech Steg 4.5 tenths. Chandler's 1.2. He's actually out of the DRS of Watanabe there. Watanabe in the DRS of Lamb and Jonno, and Jonno looking ready to pounce and make the move on Hado, and he'll probably make that down through Maggots and Bickett's, going down the main straight, going into Stowe. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. He's getting closer and closer. Remember, Hado is on 2 more laps, 4, 5, 6, 2 more laps older than Jonno's tyres. We've got 19 laps to go in this race at the moment. Conditions do not look good. I don't know if we're going to see any rain, which definitely spices things up even more in this race at the moment. We've got 12 guys still going, and everyone very, very close. Everyone near enough, all in the DRS train, apart from Chandlers and Sammy at the moment. But Sammy looks like he could be catching up into the DRS train as Jonno goes past Sammy, gets a 3-second time penalty. I should not have mentioned your name. I do apologise. Lamb into P2. He's going to follow Jonno in into that nice little groove there. And will he make a move on the Ferrari driver? We'll have to wait and see here. Jonno, remember, driving injured. So doing a great job, mate. And I hope that wrist is not hurting. Lamb into P2, Hado into P3, Wonton into P4, Wojciech Steg into P5, Chandlers into P6, Limitless into P7, Yuki into P8, Keithy looking ready to make the move there. Didn't get the move. Aiden's Raiden into P10, Sammy into P11, and Ryder Bomb into P12, and Chevy Prism out of this race. Interesting to say at the moment, but everyone in the DRS apart from Steg and Sammy. Back to you, Andy.
Yeah, plenty of time left in this race for things to change. Of course, Wojciech Steg on that hard compound tyre. Definitely got the ability to go to the end on those. Not too sure that some of the other guys are. Aiden is rated a mistake there. Coming through Luffield, he will drop a couple of positions down to 10th. Back to where he was when he came out of the pit lane, actually. So he'd done some good work. That gap now 2 seconds between Wojciech Steg and Watanabe. So that is a significant gap. Wojciech Steg is the proverbial champagne cork in the bottle at the moment. And once that champagne cork is released, Chandlers will be free to race with clear air in front of him of 2.2 seconds. Jonno, though, into Stowe, still has Lamb for company. It's Lamb who takes it up then here on lap 8 of 26. Chandlers actually being challenged here by Limitless Draco as well. Contact! Chandlers is round through Stowe. Chandlers drops right to the back of the grid. The drama continues at Silverstone. And we have ourselves still a potential championship shock on our hands. Jonno, fastest lap, can win the race. Chandlers P12, potentially some damage at the back of the field, SJ. It's all going off here at Silverstone.
It is, and you can't believe it, can you? You could not write it. He's had a spin, drop down into P12, a little bit of contact, and obviously has been noted by the onboard stewards. Jonno out in front at the moment, enjoying it. He's got two guys behind him on older tyres. He's on fresher tyres, the same as Steg. Steg will be able to go to the end. Will Jonno be able to go to the end? That's the question. That is the question indeed. Steg looks like he will be able to go to the end here, and Jonno may not be able to go to the end here. So that changes things up again. Chandlers, how long is it going to be before he gets back? To be honest with you, all he needs to do now is just drive. Keep out the way and stay where he is, and he wins the championship. So, but if that car turns into a blackout, which Chevy Prism's name's got, then, well, we have a big night on our hands here, and we're going to have to try and... I'm not going to want to stop. I'm going to want to find out if Jonno wins the championship or not. Well, we still have to wait and see. We don't know what's going to happen. Still a long way to go, but drama is definitely happening in this race, Andy.
Yeah, it is for sure. And Chandlers was getting right into it with Limitless Draco in that Red Bull. So again, with that noted, that means Chandler's in another incident noted. So we'll have to wait and see. As Thunderball says, you know, if Chandlers just drives and finishes the race now, we will pick up enough points to complete the championship. But you never know. Knowing Chandlers as we do, he won't want to finish 12th in this race. He'll want to close that gap to Sammy, and that actually will put him into more danger and drama, because he'll then come into contact with other cars, or come into positions with other cars as well. So he might be better off just doing a driving Miss Daisy at the back.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. But does he want to win the championship, or does he want to win the race? One or the other. As Yuki Pet just comes into a 3-second time penalty there. The man could take his nan to the shops and win the championship. Yeah, correct. You're right. It is very true there. But unfortunately, some of these guys, they want to win on the last race of the season. And that's probably what he's been trying to do. At the moment, though, he is in a bit of a different position compared to his teammate, who's in P8 at the moment. And Chandlers is now 4.1 or 4 seconds back from Sammy, which is the worst person he can be behind, because it's Jonno's teammate.
Jonno's teammate. We've also got, by the way, we've got these three cars, Lamb, Haydo, and Watanabe, yet to pit. So if they're gonna pit, they'll probably pit around about lap 12, 13 on the medium tyres, unless they are just going to go a little bit further to throw the softs on. So where will they come out when they come out the pits? Are they going to come out round about Chandlers? Does that cause a little bit more potential calamity for the Alpine man? It'll be interesting to see. We've got lots to see over the last 15th, 16th laps. It's going to be a wild finish to the season, and yeah, I'm here for it, and so are you, and so is everybody else. The 23 people in chat tonight. Let's hope we get it.
Yeah, it is indeed, and good to see everyone jumping in for the last race of the season, the comments as well, and chats and stuff, which is really good to see. And it's been great. It's been a great season. Division 1 is, and you know, Andy, throughout the seasons we've had ups and downs in Division 1. This has probably been the best season we've had Division 1. They've gone full 18 rounds, and it's gone to the last race of the season. Like, how would you ever have thought that? And would you ever have thought that this man at the moment, who's in P12, would be the winner of Division 1?
No, absolutely. I guess at the start of the season, people were looking at some of the other drivers, the start that Wojciech Steg made when he came in. Obviously, now Gio has been racing here regularly as well as a reserve, and he's stolen points, if you like, from some of the championship protagonists. So it has been a real good up and down season. You know, nothing's been confirmed until the final race. And that's what we like to see in league racing. It's definitely more exciting. We're going to see Hado here making a move on Lamb. Lamb seemed to just move to one side and let the Haas through. So the Haas and the Williams working together, maybe to try and stretch the life of these medium tyres. Watanabe's dropped off the back of them, and Limitless Draco is reeling him in. Limitless Draco's managed to get that Red Bull in front of the McLaren of Wojciech Steg. Wojciech's got Keefe for company. Aiden is raiding down there as well. Rider Bomb. Chandlers still 3.2 seconds off the back of Yuki Bear, who does have a penalty. Sammy also with penalties to contend with as well. So yeah, Jonno not able to get out of the clutches of these two cars working together at the moment, SJ.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting one. I think that some of these guys are just going to score big points. You're looking a little bit further up to the top. Jonno dropping down into P2 now, Hado into P1. Big points for Haas, which is good tonight. Obviously, big points for Ferrari, big points for Williams, Red Bull. And that adds to the next race. And it adds to the pot, which is good, and that's it's good to see. Unfortunately, it's a shame that we don't have two Mercs, two McLarens, two Kicks as well, and two Astons. It would have been good to have everyone even. So the two Alpines will be good because they're obviously going to get double points for obviously points each. So the McLaren's obviously single points, Williams single points, Ferraris they'll get obviously both points for both cars, Haas single points. So a little bit of a change there, but that's probably what it is for these guys as well. And a little bit of practice for Hado and Lamb. Obviously they're in the lower division. Obviously Limitless as well. Obviously Wonton, Aiden as Raiden. And also Yuki as well. So, a little bit of a practice for them. But so far, so good. Jonno in control of this race, just working with P2 and P3 currently, Andy.
Yeah, Limitless Draco, by the way, in that Red Bull's managed to close that gap. So he's got himself past Watanabe, who's tumbled down the order ever so slightly. That'll be a warning for Lamb, no doubt, for crossing the line as they go through Chapel. But Jonno, Hado, Lamb, Draco just about managing to get himself into DRS there, did he? Or did he miss it? I think he might have missed it, actually, because the wing stayed closed on that Red Bull. So, but Limitless has managed to get himself right back up into contention here. That's good to see. That will drag along everybody else as well. They all in DRS now up until we get to Rider Bomb in P9 on the hard compound tyre. He'll manage to go all the way. Still waiting for Hado, Lamb and Watanabe to do their pit stop. But out in front, Hado. Hado, good race from Hado so far. On slightly older tyres, working real well with Lamb. And also doing a little bit of a switcheroo every now and again with Jonno. And we'll probably see that again as we head down the hill towards Brooklands and Luffield and Woodcote.
Yeah, these guys will be able to go to the end. Actually, these mediums can do 30 laps. So, yeah, we did a 100% race here last week. The mediums can do at least 30 laps. So Wojciech Steg is going to have very good tyres. The question is he going to be able to make the dance? Is he going to be able to make the dance going into the end? These guys will all be able to go to the end, and I think, actually, Hado and Lamb can't because they haven't stopped.
No.
So they're in a big decision there. And Steg up into P4 there. I was just jumping on board with Limitless to see how he's going, and Wojciech Steg up in a P4, and he's now got Lamb he's got Lamb and obviously Hado and Jonno to deal with. But if you're looking at that, Lamb and Hado and Wonton have not pitted, as Wonton it just comes into now. So, that's going to give Jonno P1, and that's going to give Wojciech Steg P2.
Importantly as well, that moves Chandlers up into P11 as he gets past Watanabe. Watanabe's going to come out behind Chandlers, but Watanabe's thrown some soft tyres on. So he's going to throw the soft tyres on. So depending on what those tyres are like for Watanabe, he may well find himself up as a late move there. Contact between McLaren and Williams as Wojciech Steg and Lamb. There was a bit of a push to pass moment. Wojciech Steg lets Lamb back through again. And because he's let Lamb back through, he is going to come under pressure from Limitless. Keefe, Aiden is Raiden, and then the gap. So Chandler up into P12. Chandler's got himself up into P12, so I don't know whether that was a mistake from Yuki Bear, but they are side by side, are they? No, Yuki Bear takes P10 back from the Alpine of Chandler's. Good racing all round here as they headed through Copse down towards Maggots and Beckett's. Well over halfway now in this feature race at Silverstone. Hado, Jonno, Lamb, Wojciech, Steg, Limitless, Keefe, and we've got a problem here. It's Hado, is it? Oh, Hado dives into the pits. So Hado, yeah, into the pits comes Hado, followed by Lamb as well. So those two guys who hadn't pitted are now in the pits. Where are they going to come out? Where's Chandlers? Ooh. Chandler's getting into it with Yuki Bear, by the way, through the Vale chicane. So more drama for our champion-elect. Is he going to come out? He's going to come out of the pits well in front of Hado and Lamb. So that's probably a little bit of peace of mind for Chandlers. Hado, Lamb and Watanabe will be on the soft tyre. Watanabe is way off the back now, and he will come out way behind the two guys who were also running on that soft compound tyre, SJ. Chandler seems to be in good shape here.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's just going to stick behind Yuki as Yuki goes around, tries to go around the outside.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's really trying to get past Yuki. Yuki putting it on hot lap, then putting it down to 9 as well. Probably frustrating Chandler's in some areas there. He does have the pen. He doesn't need to push him. Just stay behind him and take him with the DRS. You know, make it be clever about it. Don't force something that's going to end up in your race. You know, because the Mercedes obviously have something to fight for. You know, they're fighting for points. You know, and also he's fighting for points as well in well, not here, but he's fighting for constructor points. He's fighting for overalls.
Yeah.
So he's still got something to push for. Yes, he does have a 3 second, and it looks like it's going to be a bit of a battle to get back up to the top with 10 laps to go. But Chandlers is not. He's not having any of it. He's going to go around the outside, and these two are going to battle again. So yeah, he's getting frustrated. He's getting frustrated, and Yuki will take it to him. Yuki will take it to him. He's got nothing to lose, and he does get him forced off track there. That could be a penalty. That he's forced him off track there, but he's gone past there, and he's got the job done. So Chandlers will be annoyed, but I guarantee you, Yuki Bear is going to come back at him down the main straight with the DRS. So there we go. We'll have to wait and see the ego of this kid. Who's the ego of who? Chandlers or Yuki, or who's the ego? As you're saying, obviously one of these guys have got a big ego, so we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Rotobomb in that 3 second time penalty, standing in that 3 second time penalty, and are they still going at it?
They're still going at it through Luffield and Woodcote. Exit is going to be favouring the Alpine though, so Yuki just has to slip in behind. Real late brakes at the bottom of the Wellington straight. Here he goes again on the inside though. At Copse.
Let's jump on board. Let's jump on
down,
board,
and it's going to be Yuki Bear.
Look at this view, Andy, and I'll let you take this one away because this is frustrating Chandlers to a T. You can see it, but it doesn't need to. He just needs to stay behind him. He's got a 3 second time penalty. Why don't you work with him and then catch up to Sammy? Because they're losing so much time as well. And there we go, as Lamb does get a penalty. That's not his night. Chandlers is holding it. Has he held the position? Yuki Bear is to the side of him. He's going to give him room. He's gone to the curbs. They're still going side by side. Some great driving between these two, I've got to say. Some absolutely fantastic driving. He can't get through. And yeah, this is so hard. And then he's put it onto none or medium. Some great driving here. Getting frustrated, I can definitely tell here, Andy, that the Alpine driver is frustrating and the Mercedes driver is really, well, yeah, I don't know. He may be a bit disappointed that he's won the championship, maybe, or he's just testing the waters with him. We'll have to wait and see. As Yuki Bear does actually have damage on that front right plate. So these tyres, they get a little bit older. He's not going to be able to do this for much longer. As Chandlers goes down the outside, again, goes for the move. But the thing is, though, and he's making the moves at the wrong time and the wrong places. He needs to get past him, not take him on a corner.
Yeah, absolutely. It's this is going to be a spicy run down towards Copse then. Inside line for the Mercedes. Overspeed in the Alpine then. He's almost pushing him through now. That red flashing light tells you everything you need to know about battery usage on the Mercedes. Hauling it up so that he can plug that battery in and try and defend. There it is. The light stops flashing. He's probably pumping that battery. Yes, he is. Here comes Chandler. Double move. Outside to inside. Here comes Chandler's. Then down the inside he goes. Gets the job done. But can he hold on? In the Alpine, he can. Super stuff from these two. Love to see that from Yuki Bear as well. Not letting it slip. Really kind of giving it his absolute best to prevent Chandlers from getting back. But that right plate damage now will probably come into play, and he won't be able to stick with him through some of the more technical areas of this track. Hato sets the fastest lap, by the way. He down there in P11 on the fresh, soft compound tyres. Wojciech Steg, by the way, whilst we've been looking at Chandlers and Yuki Bear, Wojciech Steg has very quietly and confidently made his way to the very front of this pack. Lap 19 of 26, Jonno in second. Limitless Draco now in third. And Keithy up to P4 with Aiden as rating P5 and right above P6, SJ.
Yeah, are we going to see a podium from Keithy? Are we going to see it? We haven't seen it, I don't think, all season. And yeah, we could see it tonight. I think we haven't seen it. Let me just double check. I don't want to say no, we haven't, and we actually have, because that makes me feel quite bad. Keithy, no, we haven't. We haven't seen it. This could be his first one of the season, and he's in DRS straight. He's gone for the move on Limitless. He goes for the move around the outside. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Into P3. Lovely job done there. But this is not going to be easy here. And I did say early on that Steg was in the better tyre. He's on those hards. Those mediums are going to probably be hurting. I don't know what they're going to be like, because obviously we've done 100%. Like I said, they go a lot longer. The hards are a lot slower. Yuki Bear is, he's called it. Chandlers, they're going at it again. They're going at it again. Yuki and Chandlers are going at it again. I've just seen here that Yuki Bear and Chandlers are into P8 and P9. So Yuki Bear's got out in front again, but does have the 6-second time penalty as well. So Chandlers, do not do anything stupid, mate. You've got 6 laps and you are the Division 1 World Champion. So why do not fight this driver in the Mercedes? They probably know.
Look who's coming as well.
Yeah, I know. They're going to close him. Oh, this is absolute carnage. This is absolute drama here. They're all ganging up. They're all ganging up in the championship lead. Oh, he goes around the outside. He's trying to get the move down. There's a bit of banging, a bit of wheel banging there. I'm going to watch this battle because it's all going on. And let them go, Chandlers. They're on quicker tyres, mate. You've got no chance. And they're probably going to hold you up now. Oh, they're all... You can definitely see here, can't you, that there's a bit of ganging up on the championship winner here at the moment as it stands. He just needs to keep control, patience, and say, hey, guys, you can do whatever you need to. I'm going to stick behind you. You've all got pens. We've got 6 laps to go, and I'm just going to cruise. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. You know, the 2 soft runners, through they go in Hado and Lamb. Yuki picks up yet another 3-second penalty. That wing really hurting him now, as Hado and Lamb battle it out down the hangar straight, down towards Stowe. Wojciech Steg still leads the way though. Into the pits comes Yuki Bear. That tussle is finally over between the Alpine and the Mercedes. So at least Chandlers now has got the ability, for sure. He's got the ability because he's leading the way. Just to hang on to the back of these 2 soft runners and see if he can get them to drag him to a World Championship victory. Because the guy he was tussling with into the pit lane for some soft-rimmed tyres, SJ.
Yeah, and I'm just hearing it here as well that I did know that Gully does have a 5-second time penalty to serve in this race, unfortunately, and that will drop him a bit further down as Aiden's Raiden does get a penalty as well. So we'll just look at some penalties because at the moment Steg is going from P1 to P6 with that pen.
I need to go and do a quick bathroom visit, my friend. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't wet yourself on stream, mate. Otherwise, I will point and laugh. Go. Oh, he's already gone. Oh, okay. All good. We got Steg in front at the moment. We're then on lap 22 out of 26. It's been a real good night of racing. Some little bit of drama as well earlier on, but we'll have to wait and see what the onboard say on that. But if you are tuning in with us, thank you very much to everyone this season that has tuned in What was that laugh? Have you seen The Simpsons? And I can't think of the guy's name. The bad one. He's always getting into trouble in The Simpsons. That's him. That was my laugh. I was trying to do an impression of him. I can't think of his name. I'll have to work it out and Google it. We've got Steg in P1, Jonno in P2, Keithy in P3, Limitless in P4, Aiden is Radiant in P5, Rider Bomb in P6. No, not Nelson. That's it. Plugger's got it. Nelson. Yeah, that's the Nelson laugh. Yes, that's the one. There you go. Rider Bomb in P6, Sammy in P7, Lamb in P8, Hado in P9, Chandlers in P10, Watanabe in P11, or as I call him, Wasabi. Get rid of the T and put in an S. And then you've got Yuki Bear in P12 that has been battling the man, the championship winner, as it does stand. He is in P10, not the night problem that he wanted. Unfortunately, did have that spin earlier on. But he just needs to just stay how he is. And Jonno has done everything he possibly can. He has done so well this season. But yeah, it looks like it's just going to be... unfortunately, just falling a little bit too short. And the person in front of him as well, obviously, a few races he's missed and a few of the DNFs. Unfortunately, he may have had another opportunity there. We'll have to wait and see what he's got to say. Obviously, Wonton has gone, so we've lost Wonton. Let's see if we can get him back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him back. He's probably too far down the list. So let's have a look if I can get him under this. Watanabe.
Who we lost?
Watanabe. He's
coming in. You concentrate, mate. I'll get him.
He's actually coming to the pits. Right, we've got 3 laps. Checker flag, mate. Welcome to the stream. 3 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Jonno in P1, Steg in P2, Keithy in P3, and he's going to take lap 23. And also, before we do that, who is your driver of the day? I am giving mine to Keithy. I think he's done fantastic. He is looking at a P2 in this race. Could even look at a P1. So, yeah, mine is going to Keithy. Who's your driver of the day?
At Limitless Draco, mate. I think, yeah, I think he's done a good job today.
All right, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is, we are putting our votes in. Don't want a prediction there. Sorry, we're going to do a manager poll. We've got 2 laps to go. We'll put a new poll in. We'll do driver of the day. Then we're going to go Keithy and Limitless. And we're going to go 5 minutes, start poll. And we've got yellows.
Chandlers is in the pits.
And there we go, Chandlers, yeah, good decision. Get on the softs, get the fastest lap. Thank you very much, well done. And yeah, he's going to finish in the points anyway at the moment. So yeah, as we are coming to a nice little battle at the end here, which Andy, I'll let you take the last couple of laps, and I'll take the final lap for the season. So yeah, mate, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Lap 24 of 26. Just in the midst of Sector 2 here, we got Jonno, Wojciech Steg, Keithy, and Limitless Draco as they head through. They've done Cops, of course. They're through Maggots and Beckett's now into Chapel. Real close on the back of that Kick Sauber is Limitless Draco as they go down. And who is going to get the benefit of DRS? It's going to be Wojciech Steg. He's going to take the lead of this race. Are we going to see a bold move from Keithy? He had a look on the inside, but thought better of it. Then they head down towards the Vale chicane for the penultimate time. These 4 then, Wojciech Steg, Jonno, Keithy, and Limitless Draco. Who is going to claim victory in this, the final race of the season here at Division 1? Over to SJ to find out.
There's one more lap, Karen. There's one more lap.
Oh, yeah, sorry, lap 25. Begging one's pardon. Look at me trying to get the season done and dusted quickly. Come on, Keithy. Come on, Keithy.
And he's probably going to dip as well
Keithy
in the interviews.
Keithy and Limitless are fighting out for this final step on the podium then. The gap almost a second between Jonno and Keithy. Can Keithy gain DRS on that final hanger straight then to try and fight off the advances of Limitless Draco? Wojciech Steg will have a 5-second penalty. So as it stands, Keithy's going to be on the podium anyway, because Wojciech will drop quite a long way down the standings, down into P6. It's Wojciech, Steg, Jonno, Keithy, Limitless, Draco. Rider Bomb, 1.7 seconds off the back of that leading quartet. The two Red Bulls flying in formation, but not too close together. Rider Bomb's got Aiden is Raiden for company. Hado there now beginning to close the gap. He's managed to get past Sammy, but won't get to close the gap there. Limitless Draco up into P3. Jonno takes up the lead of the race on this penultimate lap. Wojciech Steg in second. Limitless Draco third. Keithy fourth. All to play for on the final lap of the race now. And then, now I shall hand over to SJ. Bring it home, SJ.
Here we go. Right, so the final lap last time this season in 24, round number 18 at Silverstone Sprint Weekend, and it is between Jonno and Steg. Limitless Draco looks like he's pushed it away from third from Keithy at the moment. Keithy's still got a massive opportunity of getting onto the podium. Who is going to slow it right down? Everyone's going to be harvesting their battery. They all are 100, and 56. Keithy doesn't have enough in the tank. Steg is going to go for the move. Jonno is going for the move. They're going side by side. It's hard versus mediums at the moment. Can Steg hold on? He's going to fall way down the pecking order. We're just going to quickly jump on board that. He's going to fall all the way down to P6, unfortunately, with that 5 seconds, but actually might not. He might actually fall down to fourth. Actually fourth. So not that far down. So this is good news for Steg. But can Keithy do something? It doesn't look like he's going to be able to. It looks like Keithy is going to get on the podium due to Steg's penalty. And Steg and Jonno are going to go at it one last time. Steg gets the bottle, goes down the main straight. Jonno's going to make it. Limitless is going to get the slipstream. It's Jonno and Steg. Jonno around the outside, Steg on the inside. Does he get the job done? Jonno gets the job done. Is Steg going to come back at him in the final corner? No, he doesn't. Jonno's got it all. Steg is trying to get a bit of grip, go for the switch. Look at this. Steg could get the win. He's going side by side. Oh, he's gone into the wall. He's crossed the line. They've made contact, but they've ended up finishing. Oh, what an end. What an end. Keithy will get P3. As we will be interviewing, unfortunately, Jonno, Limitless, and Keithy. But what an end there. Lamb getting the a penalty there. Who got the fastest lap? We'll have to wait and see. As Chandlers does get the fastest lap. And Andy, thank you very much, mate. What a race with only 13 people. That had some drama in that tonight.
Yeah, what a race. What a championship. Chandlers will claim the championship. He got the fastest lap. That's all he really needed. But he has finished in P10 and will pick up the extra points anyway. Super stuff. What a great race. With only 13 people. Super stuff from Jonno. Limitless Draco there, finishing in second after that contact by Wojciech and Jonno in the final corner. But if you're Wojciech, you had to go for that move. You want the win on track. Of course you do in the final race of the season. It was a bold move, and I don't think it paid off, SJ.
No, it didn't. And he probably will get penned for that, but he probably doesn't care. He knows the season is done. Yeah, we are gonna get the guys in for a quick chat. We will be doing Chandler's last, and I do want to talk to his TP as well. If he do want to jump in, hopefully he does jump in. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, get these guys to jump into the comments box. Hopefully, Andy, you stay with me and you don't leave. Hopefully,
I'll see what we can do this week, eh? It's when we've got more than two people in this voice chat. Doesn't sit well with my internet connection.
I know it doesn't like you. Yeah. But here we go for the last time. Jonno, what a night for him. Injured as well, so really good performance from him. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they say. But also want to get Sammy in as well, as it is the last one. So we'll get Sammy in if we can. Try and get some of them in. I'll try to get try to get their TP in as well. So there's the results from the sprint. Jonno, Steg and Chandlers take out your top three. Ryder, Hado, Keithy, Limitless and Sammy all go down to the points. Then you got to the feature. We've then got Jonno that takes out the win. Limitless taking out P2. Steg, unfortunately, will not get the P3. Keithy will take the P3 because Steg does have that 5 seconds. Then you got the fastest lap with Chandlers. And unfortunately, the DNF with Chevy Prism earlier on. and Wonton will get points in the end as well. So we're just waiting for these guys to jump in. Chandlers, if you could get Terence in or message him, that would be great. And Jonno, if you could get friends in as well, if you are listening, that would be great as well. If you could get those guys in, would be fantastic. If not, no drama, but just let us know and then just get them to jump in. I have tagged them. But yeah. All right. First of all, we'll jump on to some interviews in a second, as Terence did just jump in, which is really good to see. Andy, last summary of the season for Division 1 and for you for F1 24. What was your thoughts to the sprint weekend we had tonight?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good sprint weekend, mate. I think there's been some super driving out in front. And again, Jonno did pretty much everything that he had to do that would have given him an opportunity to try and steal the championship away from Chandler. But there was some fantastic racing, certainly in both races, groups of 3 and 4 cars getting out in front. And what I love to see is that, you know what, people just want to win on track. So a couple of mistakes towards the end on the final corners, both races, in fact. But it didn't really impact anything. It's not changed anything. There's no massive amounts of controversy. It is what it is. And it was a fantastic result all round for everybody. They should be very proud of the season they've put in and very proud that they're still here on F1 24 when the new game's released, showing their commitment to Rush Racing League.
Yeah, definitely, and I 100% appreciate that. Limitless did get driver of the day, so congratulations for him. Unfortunately, he can never join because he doesn't have a mic, so we won't be able to interview him, which is such a shame. But first of all, what we'll do, we'll go straight over to Sammy in the Ferrari because obviously Jonno and Sammy do end up winning the constructors as. Yep, they do. Just looked at here. It's all done and dusted. So they do end up winning. Sammy, if you are with us, mate, just try and get you in just quickly. I'm just trying to still work out how to do play a room. How did you play a room again? I forgot how to do it. 25 seconds. There we go. 24 seconds. There we go. First of all, Sammy, I know you've not raced all season. But first of all, it's been great to have you in. It's been great to have you back and also racing. And first of all, what's it been like racing with Jonno for the remainder of the season?
Pretty much just trying to give him a tow without impeding him in quali and then letting him do his thing in the race. He's pretty much carried, I think, Ferrari. So, it's been good fun. He's obviously rapid and, it was good to work off of.
We won't forget the highlights and guitar when you drove into each other. That's probably something that's going to go down in history. And if we can clip that and get that for low lights,
please.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't my best moment.
No, but you've been fantastic and you've worked very well together. Did you know that tonight was a bit of a, it was a one shot, anything can happen in F1. We've seen it, but tonight it was just all about Jonno trying to win both races and, praying to the gods and the angels and heavens or whatever that Chandler's DNF both races. So it was a big ask tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was just, hoping that, Jonno did all that he could. So it was just, but as soon as, Chandler's scored points in the sprint, it was over. It was just sort of having a bit of fun and just end the season on a good note, hopefully.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of drama free, which is always good to see. You've obviously had a very good season since you jumped into the Ferrari, obviously finishing P10 in the into the championships. I think this is updated. Yes, it is updated now with pending penalties and stuff. But good start. What's your plan going into 25 and going to season 9 if you do sign up with us for next season?
I'm trying to learn no line. So I was a bit off the pace tonight. I was running no line for the first time of the season. So it's definitely a challenge, and I'll see how I go. I've got a couple of leagues lined up, but I don't want to sort of overdo it. So I might just sort of reserve if I do end up driving, but just sort of see how we go. I'm not too sure yet.
All good. Well, I'll pass you over to Andy if he's got any questions. But from me, mate, thank you very much for your participation this season and the time that you put into it. And I know it's Saturday nights, and some people like to get out there and party and drink beer and whatever. But no, appreciate everything you've done, and look forward to seeing you in season 9 if there is a full-time driver or a reserve driver.
Cheers.
Over to you, Andy.
Hey, Sammy. Yes, good evening, Sammy. Hope you're doing very well, mate. Interesting season for you. I think you just said that Jonno carried Ferrari, but I'd like to say that I've enjoyed watching you racing this season as well, and it'd be great to have you back next year. I think you've been what I would classify as marginally unfortunate in some of the incidents you've been involved in, but I think, again, tonight, a good showing from you. What was your favourite moment of the season? Where was your standout moment, do you think?
Honestly, last week was pretty good. Coming from, messing up quali, I think. Can't remember what happened quali, but being last on the first lap and then coming through for podium and Jonno winning and keeping the drivers alive and winning the constructors, like that's at least a bit of recency bias probably, but I think last week definitely stands out at the moment. It was good fun.
Good stuff. And have you been one to download the new game yet? Have you started that?
Yes, I've did a bit of practice, and it's definitely I think been a challenge trying to get the hang of learning tracks without line, but I'm expecting to be a bit slow for a little bit, but hopefully it'll be better in the long run. And I think the game looks like a bit of an upgrade from 24, so hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, thankfully. Well, I'm sure we'll see you back at some point, whether that be, like SJ said, in a full-time seat or indeed a reserve seat. And we'll look forward to seeing you out on track again, and good luck with the no line.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure, mate.
All right, awesome. Okay, all right. Well, we're trying to get everyone in here as this is the last one, so we do want to get Wojciech Steg and also Thunderballs as well to hear what he's got to say about his McLaren nemesis of Wojciech. But we're going to jump on board with P3 tonight, and Keithy, mate, your first podium in 18 rounds, mate. Well done. Congratulations on P3.
Thank you.
How did you find that? I know there weren't many people on the grid, but no, how did you find the last race of the season?
It was actually really good fun. Good battling all race. It's just, I'm kind of looking back at qualifying, thinking I could have done a lot better if I didn't get killed by, who was it? Ryder on my final lap. He just parked in front of everyone and took out like 3 people or so across the line. And I got a 5th place from it and everything. But it was a good recovery drive too. I'm pretty annoyed I didn't get the win. I felt like I had it in me to get the win, but me and Draco made some weird contact on the penultimate lap, which kind of ruined us because we both knew we wanted to be in that P3 position with Wojtek having the post-race 5 second, just trying to get past Jonno. But yeah, it was good fun, good racing, but it could have been a lot better too.
Yeah, we do see, unfortunately, a few people lose concentration at the end there, because they feel, it's not going to go in. It's, there's no penalties. It's not going to carry on to next season and stuff like that, which is a little bit of a shame. Pardon?
It was a bit of a send. I tried to leave space, but I'm not going to report him. It was a fair move, just putting me in a weird position, really.
Yeah. No, we've talked about the race. We were not going to try and keep everyone in because we do want to try and get through all these interviews tonight as soon as quick as possible. How have you found this season? Obviously, you've been with Rush, I think, 2 seasons. I think.
Yeah, this is my first full season.
First full season.
Last season, I started Div 2, then took a bit of a break, and then drove Div 1.
Mm-hmm. Finish 8th in the title. In the championship standings. Happy with that? Obviously, first podium of the season. Do you believe that there's more to offer for Keithy?
Yeah, I missed a lot of races too. So it's just always in the back of my mind that I'm probably fast enough to be challenging up the front more often. But yeah, I mean, I've been playing F1 25 all week, realised I had Rush tonight, did an hour of practice, got on and had some decent pace.
Good man. Good man. We love the commitment. And, I've said the same thing to Sammy, mate. Appreciate everything you've done. this season. You're hosting as well. Thank you ever so much for hosting all the races. Really appreciate that. Just appreciate the time, the effort that you've put into it, the help that you've done, turning up every week and doing as much as you can. And what's the plan going into next season? If you're with us, if you've signed up as a full-time or reserve, what's the plan going
I haven't
forward?
signed up yet, but I definitely will. I definitely will race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've
Definitely will
just
race.
flicked you the sign-up sheet thing now in your messages. So, I will pass you over to Andy. But like I said, once again, thank you very much for everything. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And look forward to seeing you back in season 9.
Okay, thanks, SJ.
Cheers, mate. Over to you, Andy.
Yeah, Keithy, congratulations on the podium, my friend. Really good race. Really enjoyed watching you in that flying green machine tonight. Long overdue podium, but yeah, he's stolen my thunder a little bit. I was going to talk about the standings to finish in that top 10 in the first full season that you've done with us in Division 1, albeit missing a few races. Super stuff.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on next season? Let's move our way forward into next season. You said you've tried the new game. How do you feel? What's your thought process? And do you feel like you're going to be able to challenge week in, week out?
I think I am, because I feel like a lot of the reasons I haven't been able to do well is I haven't had a teammate to give me a tow some races and stuff like that. And qualifying is where I seem to lose the races, in my opinion. And then next game they've got the dirty air physics, so there's not going to be a tow, really. It's not going to be worth it. So I feel like if I improve on my qualifying and I can just be able to get good laps on the board, that would be good. I think I showed in the sprint qualifying, I did a pretty good lap. I had no tow and I got P5. And then in the race, I just in the normal quali, I just didn't get my lap done. But I feel like next game's going to be really fun. It's a really good game. It's going to be a lot more skill based. Like a lot of the stuff is about being second on the last lap and not leading, but I feel like it's not going to be about that as much because of dirty air and all this stuff. But I mean, I feel like next game's going to be great. I'll probably try my best to win the championship, honestly, like everyone else will probably be doing. And yeah.
Well, that's really good to hear. And it's great to hear a driver with some confidence. I think we all have an element of confidence going into a new game cycle. Normally that finishes after the first week for me, but it sounds like you've got some good supreme confidence, and you should do, certainly after tonight's race. And we'll look forward to having you back in a full-time seat next year, sir. Congratulations again.
Yeah, and it was a great way to send F1 24 off. It was a good game and good fun. And thank you very much, SJ and Andy.
Cheers, mate.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Appreciate it. Well, I won't take all your questions for the next interview, but I'm going to do it differently now. We're going to interview the chaps because I'm going to talk to Jonno for the win earlier, but we're going to do it in the way they finished in the championship standings now. So we're going to go to Steg, and then we'll go from there. Wojciech Steg, mate. Good evening, my friend. How are you?
Hello, guys. I'm doing great.
I could see.
We had some fun with.
Bit of frustration,
We had some fun with our team principal in the chat, so we enjoyed the last race, I would say.
Good. That's good.
If I'm speaking for us.
Yeah, he's in here. We will have a word with him in a sec. But let's talk about the race. Obviously, we'll talk about the race, and then we'll talk about a little bit about the season. How do you feel that the race went for you? Obviously, you needed a little bit of redemption. Obviously, last week's race wasn't the best, and it hasn't been the last few races haven't been the best for yourself. That's obviously that could be down to yourself, down to incidents, down to the way that the race has gone out. You know, these things happen. What was Silverstone like for you tonight, though? How did you find it in the sprint and the feature? Even though you did know that you were serving a 5-second in the feature, so you did need a good finish in the end.
Yeah, like I did enjoy both races. I'm a bit disappointed with someone's racing standard because it was the last race, and I don't know if the title was already decided. I don't know like the standings, but I would expect it a bit more like fair. It's starting from quali where it was a bit rusty, even from my side. But if I'm gonna stick how I did the races, I think like the first one was just managing the ERS, not even saving the tires, and then I like try to make the best exit from maggots and baguettes to keep the P1, but had way more ERS, so it didn't work. And last race was pretty much the same with some tire saving, and yeah, then I clipped the inside curb in the last lap, in last corner, which made me spin. I didn't even like help the situation because I wanted to get the win, so I spun the ERS and it all went like it ended up. So yeah, could be better the result, but like I'm still quite happy with the pace because like I haven't touched the game at all. So just I'm looking forward to a fun 25. Like Keith said, it's gonna be a bit more tricky with the dirty air and stuff like that. So
Definitely.
that's it.
No, definitely. It was obviously it seemed a very good race. It seemed the front three tonight. Obviously, in the sprint, it was between you, Jonno, and Chandlers, and then it looked like it was the same in the feature until the end, until he had the spin. But your season in general, you probably think a little bit like I shouldn't really be in P3. You know, you had the two incidents. There was one in Hungary, and there was another one. I can't think where that was as well. Do you feel that you've been a bit unlucky in some areas for the season, or are you still happy? You know, I know you've missed 16, so you've missed 2 races. Are you still happy with your performance that you've done in the season, finishing P3 in the championship standings in the end?
I'm definitely not happy with the performance of myself, like last races, because like those incidents probably could or should be avoidable, and like I don't know, I don't really know. Like the start of the season was pretty smooth. Then like a few incident happened, and I got probably a bit frustrated that, like for example, in Hungary, I got killed by, I don't know. I actually do remember it was Kalki. So like those incidents could be avoidable. I could back out and make sure that I'm gonna finish at the points. Same was at Austria, which was a bit unlucky because there was a bit bigger carnage. Yeah, but I feel like everyone was speeding up throughout the season, and I was just stuck at the same pace.
Okay. Well, to be honest with you, it's been a pleasure having you on board. I know it's early hours, and I know that being a new driver, it's been difficult in probably some areas, but you've showed some serious pace, some serious talent. You know, you took out P3 P1s, and obviously 2 P4s. So you've been phenomenal. I hope you've enjoyed the season. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you back for hopefully next season. I don't know if you have signed up or not. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you, Steg, and wish you all the best. And yeah, we'll hopefully see you next season. And I'll pass you over to Andy.
Thanks, mate.
Wojciech, congratulations on your season. It's been an absolute pleasure watching you mixing it up here in the Oceanic League with the rest of the guys. Rush, super stuff. Pleasure seeing you and Niall, of course, come over from where we'd been commentating on you elsewhere. The what I really loved was the commitment from you each week like SJ alluded to, very difficult for you EU drivers to sometimes get yourselves, not necessarily get up because it's not that late, but certainly from participation perspective, I think you've done a fantastic job. Like SJ said, some great results. Next season, I'd love to see you back. Just talk to me about what your favorite highlight was from this season and what you expect from next.
Like highlights,
Yeah, what was your biggest highlight?
I don't really remember actually the early stage of the season. I feel like probably best race I did was Jeddah, if I'm not mistaken, where I was like on the opposite strategy compared to everyone on the grid, and in the end it worked. And actually we had some decent finishing with Fiona, and yeah, like I'm definitely gonna stay in touch with McLaren, because I do like the group of the people. They are providing a really nice environment for the drivers, even though some of them probably don't value their work. But I'm gonna definitely try to stay in touch with McLaren.
Great stuff, mate. Great stuff. You talk about alternate strategy for Jeddah there, by the way, and it was something similar that I thought you were going to do tonight as well. It didn't quite work out for you in the end. Those medium tires for the guys that were at the front, those medium tires just seemed to hang on for a little bit longer than I expected them to. And the hard tire didn't do as much as I thought in the last, I don't know, 5-6 laps there. What do you think?
Yeah, like we had a chat in a voice that their tires gonna drop around like 22, 21, something like that, which probably was like that, but those hards would be good if I could heat them up, but like I had maximum pressure in those tires for strategy medium softs, and those hards were really difficult to heat up, so I couldn't like maximize the grip from them. Yeah, but they did a great job with managing the tire wear, so
Yeah,
everyone
for sure.
did a great job to finish on mediums from lap 3, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. Listen, congratulations again on a good season. Great to have you here, and we look forward to seeing you maybe in the Papaya again next season. Have a great little break.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to go over to the TP. The TP is in here, which is really, really good to see. Thunderballs, mate, good evening. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, everything's going pretty good over here.
Good man, good man.
Thank you.
Obviously, Marzi brought in Steg from the beginning, and obviously Marzi then vacated from TP. So we obviously know that you've taken on. How impressed have you been with Steg throughout the remainder of the season? And what was the plan tonight to go out and finish the end of the season off here at Silverstone?
Well, the plan tonight was to just have a bit of fun. The championship, for lack of a better way of putting it, was already decided. I mean, all Chandlers had to do was really show up, and it was his kind of an insurmountable lead that he had going into this race, but it was possible. But yeah, it was just to have fun, and hopefully Vojta would have taken home P1 in both races. But unfortunately, I think he got P2 in the sprint, and bit of a silly move at the end of the feature. He was trying to. He didn't want to give up the lead. We'll say that he didn't want to lose. So and then he ended up, I think, P3 on track. But it was just to have a bit of fun tonight and had some funny moments in comms, and it was a good night overall, to be honest. And the final race for him under McLaren for this season, as you know, we've still got Div 2 to 6 to go and 3 more weeks. So I'll be around, and I'm sure he'll be around in the chats. But as far as this season goes for Vojta, he's done so well. We were just having a discussion before we hopped into the comms box on his progression. Even over last year, when he first started doing sim racing on a console, he was like a Div 5 driver, and then he found something that he loved, and just really knuckled down and put his mind to it, and just it goes to show to himself and everyone else, like, if you really put your mind to it, you can get the job done and move up the ranks. And he's now Div 1 in Rush, and he races in PSGL. And I think one of the most awesome things to see is that he's actually taken up karting in real life, and
Nice.
that's following a passion. And that's something that you've heard me talk in other interviews, that you should always prioritize real life and taking time for yourself. And it's really awesome to see, and that's why he's missed the 2 races that he's missed. The one thing that and even he called it out, his Austria and Hungary issues. It just comes down to being a little bit over competitive. And he's recognized now that sometimes you do have to be a bit patient and let things happen in front of you. Bringing home the car is more important than jockeying for a position when you've got many laps to go. So he's been a great person to have around. He's been a strong driver, week in, week out, and good personality to have in comms when he's there, for sure.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, real nice words there. The last one I'm going to say before I hand you over to Andy. Do you think that Steg has got potential to take the championship for season 9?
Oh, definitely. New game, new drivers, new skill sets. He's going to adapt. There's no doubt about that. He's going to have on track experience. He's going to have virtual experience as well. He's going to continue to race in PSGL. He's probably going to stick around in Rush and see how he goes there. I've got full confidence that all the building blocks are there, and he's taken home some good learning points this season, and no doubt he'll be around again next season.
Awesome. That's good, isn't it? It's obviously good to have a caliber driver from PSGL, as Andy knows, from WRR, from Nile, to have that talent on the grid, because it brings in other talent, doesn't it?
Well, that's it. It's the best way I can say it's kind of like the Michael Jordan effect, right? And when you've got somebody that's really good, then everybody else elevates. And we've kind of seen that. Div 1, if you go back to the first few races of the season, there were like 4 or 5 drivers that stood out, and we're quite a pack ahead. We'll say a pack ahead.
Yeah.
And now at the end of the season, towards the end, everybody was really more tight knit and closer. So as we've seen it in the other divisions as well, like good driving exudes excellence, and it's been good to watch. And you don't necessarily know who's going to win. Nobody's ran away with it, and the fact that I'll say the back half of the pack has moved up to the front half of the pack is a good sign for everyone involved.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously next season with 25, we're going to get the evaluations on, and then hopefully we're going to have a very more evenly good, because Division 1 has had a bit of a hit very early on. And we obviously made changes with Division 2 moving up, and we appreciate all the Division 2 drivers doing that. Next season with obviously evaluations, everyone is going to be hopefully in the right division. And it's going to be hard to do on a new game, but we're going to put time and effort into it to get it done. So, I have no idea what we're going to see next season. But you've got some high regards for Wojciech Steg, and you've been a great TP for the remainder of his time with McLaren. And, thank you very much for jumping in, and I'll pass you over to Andy.
Thank you.
Hey, Thunder.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah, I think one of the telling things from Wojciech there, he said that the McLaren garage was, fun to be in, great place, good environment, and I think from a league racing point of view, when we've got the team principal model in place, I think it's absolutely vital that a garage is a great place to be. What is it that you do from a TP perspective to try and make it a fun place for your drivers?
Oh, that is a question and a half right there. I just try and get everybody on board. Try and get everybody to support each other and help each other out. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And that saying goes throughout a team, whether it's Div 1, Div 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And you try and put together some team practices, and get all the camaraderie on board and get everybody on board. One thing that I've started doing recently is in practice sessions, just doing data analysis for the guys to figure out what is going to be good for them in the races coming up. I don't want to say too much on that, but and just trying to figure out the best way to go, and always being supportive. And that's one thing that echoes through from each division to each other division. There's constantly you guys popping into the other divisions channels and just saying, good race, watch the race, this happened, and just giving pointers here and there, or giving accolades, and just being respectful towards each other and helping each other out. And that's one of the biggest things. And there are times where you have to stamp out some negativity. I think that goes without saying in any community. And it's putting your foot down and just saying, that's not acceptable here. We don't do that here. And that's only happened a couple of times, but we do try and keep everything above board and support each other. And I think that's one of the biggest things that a team can do is support each other.
For sure. Well, congratulations, my friend, on a great run. Certainly in the Div 1, plenty of time left to go, of course, in the other divisions, and you've got a gap to try and close down to those Mercedes, whilst keeping Kick behind you as well.
Yeah. Look, I think Mercedes, they're going to get the overall constructors. I don't think that's a question. They've got some really great caliber drivers in their garage. Kick are absolutely flying in the back half of the season, so it's a bit scary there at the moment. The main thing that I've portrayed to all the guys, and I'm pretty sure SJ can attest to this, is he's a Div 5 driver for us, is just have fun. Like, that's one of the biggest things. We can't forget why we pick up the controller or sit in your rig to begin with, and that is to have fun. And sure, this is a competitive league. There's nothing about it that says it's a social league, but at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying your time in the chair or in the seat, whatever you want to call it, you're not going to perform the best that you can. And that's a mantra that I stick. This game is very much a mental game over knowing how to play it.
Amen.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also,
Thank you so much.
I also agree that if you're in that situation, stand up and speak up. Don't just leave, just because there's things that we might be able to transform or change. We don't know if you're not happy if you don't tell us. That's one thing that I've always made very, very clear.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just needed to jump in there on that one.
But yeah, and that's it. It's just about that mindset, and one thing as well is we talk more than just about the game. And I do think it helps that we're probably one of the oldest garages in Rush.
Bunch of old farts, Andy.
But life experience, we all understand that life happens, and it makes it easy to get along with everyone.
Great stuff. Well done, mate.
Cool. Thank you very much, Andy. Thanks, SJ.
Cheers, mate. All right. We are going to a little bit longer. I know we probably shouldn't, but I want to because I want to hear what these guys have got to say. They've given 18 weeks of racing on holidays as well, and they definitely deserve a bit of a showdown. This person deserves a lot this season. He has done phenomenally well. He tried and tried and tried to stay with him. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. But a big round of applause, Jonno, mate. You raced this race tonight, injured as well. I hope you haven't done too much damage. First of all, let's talk about the race. You knew what you needed to do. We spoke to your teammate. He's thought very highly of you. I've even spoken to you, and you even want to be teammates next season, hopefully in 25, and with us, hopefully. But yeah, you knew what you needed to do tonight, and it was a big ask. And in some areas, the overboards and the onboards that we were going through, and we were trying to find out what's going on there because it looked like Chandlers is going to have a big penalty there. That would have then changed. Then we had to go back to the league, and then we then had to look at the feature, and we were like, he was coming a bit close with Yuki. So it was all happening tonight, and it could have gone wrong, but it didn't. And unfortunately, you won the race. Congratulations. And just tell us a little bit how about your last race of the season at Silverstone.
Yeah, I mean, it went perfectly right. I wasn't expecting to be that good at Silverstone, especially because it's one of my worst tracks. And especially with this injury, having, those little half spins hurt a lot. So I was trying not to do that very often, which I succeeded. So honestly, I did everything I can, and it was very fun. I raced like, what I normally would do. It doesn't matter if it was the last round. So I was just racing how I normally would, and it was really fun, especially towards the end with Vostek both times. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looked like a lot of fun tonight. You had a lot of battles, which was really good to see. And that's one thing I just did want to talk about. These battles that you've had with Chandlers and Wojciech Stig. How much have you enjoyed these battles? Because we know that Stig is an EU driver, and we know that he does move around, and there is a few people in the league that do complain about EU drivers, but you're not going to have everyone's connection on point. Even if you're in an OCE league, we've seen that. We've seen LAN disconnect more times than I've turned the PlayStation on, unfortunately. So what's it been like to race with these three guys this season in the championship fight?
It's incredible, really. Both of them are extremely talented, especially Chandler's. It's just the consistency as well is just amazing from them too. And it's also like the on-track battles. All of us are trying to keep it clean, but then also trying to get the position at the same time. So it's a bit of a back and forth type of game that we like to play with each other, especially when it comes to the final lap. You're like, I want to be clean, but I want to, get a good exit at the same time. So you kind of have to trust the other driver, trust everyone, really. So no, it's been an amazing season with these two, definitely.
Okay, and how do you feel in your? I don't want to take things away from Andy because otherwise he's going to get moody. You finish with 251 points. How impressed have you been about your season and going into obviously 25 and obviously things you can improve? Like, what do you think that you've done really, really well, and what do you think that you need to do going into to close it out next season?
Yeah. So definitely like the consistency I have, it's really helped in the championship battle. And also it's kind of like my driving style, I guess. So like I'm very good on my tires, but I can also push very well at the same time. So next game is going to be very, very good for me because it matches my driving style and I'm good on my tires on that game. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. But the dirty air on that game is horrid. It's going to be absolutely garbage. But anyways, so I think what I do need to work on in the next game especially is just my qualifying pace, is because I can't find I find the limit way too fast, so then I don't know where to actually gain time anymore. So I can't really do much after that. So it's just I kind of just give up on it and then just go do race practice because that's where the points are scored at least. But I think the biggest weakness I do have is qualifying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Jonno, from me and everyone at Rush, mate, you've been an absolute pleasure all season. Thank you very much for your commitment, your time, your dedication, and also tonight as well, mate. Obviously, things in life do come before racing. I should say that more because I'm on this. Then I spend more time with my wife, unfortunately. But it is what it is. You might make a little bit of sacrifices, but no, I hope you haven't done too much damage to your wrist. I can't wait
No.
to see what you can do in 25. I can't wait to see what team you're going to drive for, the opportunities you're going to have next season. You've been an absolute privilege, mate. It's been great to have you on the track and to have someone, such a nice guy like yourself. Just can't wait to see what you can do next season. And from that, I'll pass you over to Andy.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Jonno, congratulations on a couple of great results tonight, my friend. Super stuff, great driving. And considering you say you don't like the track, you would never have guessed it if you were watching online tonight. You look like you were in pretty good shape. You talked a little bit earlier on about teammate in terms of Sammy, and Sammy talked about his relationship with you as well. What is it in your mind that makes you a good duo in terms of teammates?
Definitely. I'd say communication, but except for Qatar, don't bring that up. But every other time it's been good. It's just the communication between us. Like we work really well together. Especially just communication really.
Yeah, so communication. Yeah, I agree. A really strong trait to have is great communication skills within the team. As you move into next season, no matter who you end up driving for, and if Sammy's your teammate again, the way you're talking about the game and it's suiting your style, can you see you standing on the top step of the championship parade next season?
I think I can, because this game is probably matches my driving style the best, honestly. So I hope so, at least.
I like it. I like a lot of confidence from the drivers tonight, SJ, and that I think leads really well. Once we've got rid of some of the glitchy stuff that happens with F124, moving into a new game cycle, everybody with great confidence. It really does bode well for another fantastic season at Rush Racing League in season 9. The evaluations will start soon. You're going to be around for all the evaluations?
Yep, of course I am.
Good
No,
man.
no,
That's
no
what we
one
love
will
to
miss
hear.
that, Andy. No one will miss that on 25, mate. We'll probably have to run 2 in one.
Nobody's going to admit to missing it anyway. But yeah, good stuff. I like the way that you're exuding some confidence, Jonno, and absolutely, I'm looking forward to calling many more races of yours in the future.
Thank you very much.
All right, awesome. Right, we'll go over to the man. Now, I do hype all these up, and I have done every season. This man, you would never think at the beginning of the season would ever win the championship here, when he had the likes of Campbell, Left 4 Dead, Abyss, loads of big names. Unfortunately, they're all gone. They're all history. They have come back. Some of them have come back. But he stayed. He stayed with the Alpine. He worked hard. He worked his ass off. Chandlers, mate, you are the world champion of season 8. How do you feel, my friend?
Oh, I feel great. It's been amazing here.
Wow,
So much.
That's a big thing to say. Thanks. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry. I thought you were still
sorry.
talking. Sorry.
No, all good. I feel great. It's been a phenomenal season for myself. I mean, from Hungary, where I got my first win in Div 1, that was when I sort of saw an opening. I was making some big strides towards the championship. I think at one point I was like 150 points away. So earlier on, I definitely didn't think this was what was going to happen. But yeah, I mean, strong second half of the season, great battling between a couple of the guys like Steg and Jonno, and here we are.
Very calm. You're very calm, which I've got to like. Andy said this tonight as well. A lot of these guys that we've spoken to tonight, all of you guys are quite calm. You just won 18 rounds of racing in Division 1. You're joining the accolades of Campbell, Ryan Cox, KLX, Wogboy. Like, mate, you've got to be over the moon. Did you ever think that you were going to win from the start of the season to now where you are now?
Oh, over the past couple of weeks, yeah, I thought I had a good chance of winning, but go back a month, and
Go back
I
round
thought it was
one.
out of reach. Back at round one, I mean, I thought I was going to be able to maybe bring it to Campbell and Lefty a couple of races, like in Baku last season, where I joined halfway through. But it probably wasn't in my mind. I was just gonna start off my first season with Rush. First full season, hopefully making the top 5. I reckon in the championship was my initial goal. But well, I did better than that, haven't I?
We have, mate,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you should you should be over the moon, and definitely if you're over the age of 18, celebrate it, mate, because it's not easy. It's not easy to win a championship, and I'm not saying that just because it's this league. There's other leagues that are different and they run differently, but you've got some really top drivers in Division 2 that haven't even won a race. So that just shows you we've got probably 9 or 10 different winners in each race from Division 2 all the way down to Division 6. And you've done it in the pedigree, in the division that we all look up to, from everyone looks up to, wants to be in. How have you got to across the line? That's the one thing I want to ask. If you're not over 18, have an orange juice. How have you done it? This is the one thing I want to ask, because we know that Division 1 drivers, some have a big ego. We do know that, right? And that is the big case. And sometimes you can give them help and they don't need it. And sometimes they do want it, right? We get that. But how have you done it when you know that you've got the competition that you've had behind you in Jonno and Steg, and they haven't gone away? And you've also got Niall Jura in the pipeline as well. He was a reserve driver. How have you gone across the line with that pressure behind you, knowing that they are very, very quick and they could cause a problem any minute?
Well, obviously just practice. I've done practice for every single race that's happened, but the biggest thing, 100%, is having faith in my engineer. He's ever since the first engineer for Alpine this season just dropped us off at a bus station and didn't come pick us up. He's stepped up. Terrence has done a great job. The second he engineered for me, I was like, yeah, this guy's it. He knows what he's doing. So no matter what, if I'm going into the pits, lap 1 safety car, I'm on the radio like, mate, what am I doing here? Mediums, hards, whatever it is, and other than that, it's just if I can match them in the race and do better than do better than them in quali, I have a very good chance. So I'm very thankful to my team principal, Terrence. Yeah.
No, honestly, we will talk to Terence after Andy has spoken to you. What's next for you now? Like, you defend the title going into season 9. Do you think you can do back to back? We've never seen anyone do back to back. So is that on the cards? Do you feel that you've got more in your locker? You feel that you can get better at the game? You feel that you can do better, get quicker going into 25? What's the plan for Chandlers?
Well, I didn't know that there was never any back-to-back winners.
No, mate.
So
Same
that
with overalls
struck
as well.
me, and it's left me with a little bit of a smile on my face. So obviously, before I've had a second to think about them, I'm already got some ambitions and goals to head for next season. But yeah, I really wish I can defend the title. Jonno's going to be great next season. Hopefully, he can stay around. I'm pretty sure I'll stay here.
I'm staying.
There's no
bro,
reason.
Don't worry. I'm staying.
Yeah. Good. There's no reason for me to leave. Yeah, it's good fun here. There's a couple of drivers where it's a little bit of bad blood, I suppose, from earlier on in the season, where it's just carnage in the midfield. But yeah, I will definitely do my best. I'll have probably a better first half of the season next time around, so maybe I can bring it home again. But you never know. It's a new season, new game. maybe I won't be on it. Maybe I will be a monster. You never know.
Yeah, no, definitely, and I'm looking forward to that. And from me and everyone at Rush, every single admin, team, staff, whatever, you've been fantastic. And mate, congratulations! You are the world champion of season 8. Take that. Obviously, we'll
Let's
get
go.
the trophy. We'll get the trophy all sorted for you, mate. Enjoy it. It's been an absolute pleasure watching you. You have surprised me so much, Chandlers. I've seen you in socials, and you are an absolute nightmare. But you on track in league racing, mate, there is just something different. And this is the thing that people need to understand. When you're racing in socials and when you're racing in league racing, it's business. And you mean business when you're on track. You've had so much patience. We watched you today earlier on with Yuki Bear. You weren't silly. You didn't need to do anything silly. You know, even though he was testing you, you kept your patience, you kept your time, and you knew what you needed to do, and you got the job done. And I know it's obviously a sad thing to say that obviously Jonno and Gully that didn't win it. You're well deserved it, mate, and I cannot wait to see you in F125. And it's been an absolute pleasure in season 8 to have you on the grid. And thank you
Good
very
job,
much for your
Chandlers.
time
Good job.
and commitment as
Let's
well
go.
all season, mate. So thank you very much.
Thank you to SJ. Very much appreciated.
It's over to you.
Very much.
Indy.
Very much.
Yeah, you just mentioned it there, SJ. That
Oh, for
whole
God's
Yuki thing.
sake!
No, it's good. I like it. It's nice, a nice little window.
Uh,
It's a nice little window that I can step in through. That Yuki stuff that was happening in the second half of today's race. Yuki fighting hard, not wanting to give up. You not wanting to give up. Just talk to us about what you were thinking there, because that was, if anything, if you'd have crashed there, if you'd have DNF'd, the championship could have still been up for grabs.
yeah. I was not actually too annoyed when I had my accident spun through the corner. I already, in the back of my mind, I knew, yeah, I've got the championship in my pocket already. It's sort of, wraps. But yeah, it happened. Stuff like this always happens. Final race of the season. There's always going to be someone crashing left, right, or center. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Yuki. He was how do I put this nicely? He was very, very wide out on track, and very
Yes.
skinny when overtaking. Very, very skinny. Able to fit into the smallest of gaps.
Yeah, it was good drama. I don't think we've actually focused that much in any of the races that we've done so far this season. I don't think we've ever focused quite so much on positions that far down the grid with like 4 or 5 laps to go. And then obviously Yuki decided to jump in the pits, and that was game over for the fun and games. But it was good fun to watch. It was great fun for you, obviously, to continue and go on and claim that championship. But it was super stuff, super viewing for us and everybody who was watching as well. The chat was certainly getting hyped. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of you, sir, in next season. And yeah, can you be the first Division 1 back-to-back champ? We'll have to wait another 20 odd rounds to find out. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Hopefully I'll be able to follow it up, but you never know. Just like I said before, new game.
Absolutely.
Congratulations,
pal.
Before we do let you go, Chandlers, have you got anything to say? Have you got any shout outs that you wanna say?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Terrence to best TP I've had. Obviously, great guy. He's always there when we need him. Also to Mars, him and Terrence are pretty good pals, and they're always there when we need them. So it's great to have them both. Also Aiden, he's been an amazing teammate. I feel like I've gone through my entire Rush career without a teammate up until I've had Aiden step up from Div 2. And it's just an amazing having a teammate. Great to have someone to give me toe and someone that can potentially bring the leaders back towards me, or like do some different strategy to maybe potentially help myself out in the championship situation like it was in this season. And yeah, he did a very good job. Also, the 1-2 in Hungary, I think it was. So yeah, I think he needs some recognition.
Okay. All right. That's all your shout-outs. Appreciate it, mate. And yeah, get on to 25, mate, and start running those laps. And we'll see you very soon.
Yeah, mate, I'm already launching it as you speak.
All right. Thank you very much to Chandlers. Right. The last interview of the night, we are going to talk to the TP. Andy, I'll actually let you take this one first because I need to go to the little boy's room.
There you go. Right. I don't even know who the TP is. Who's the TP? Somebody shout up.
Hello.
Terence. Terence, good evening to you, sir. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good mood at the moment. Really got to see that my driver did win the driver championship. Actually, I don't expect that when I get into the team, because when I get into the team in Belgium, Division 3 Belgium is around round 6, I believe. At that time, I'm just a driver. I don't know each teammate I got. And suddenly I take the road of team principal in round 8, and also start from round 8 or round 7. I just become race engineers for basically everyone if I have time. So it's a long way. I can't believe that Division 1 is already done. Yeah, it's a really long time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, yeah, you came in at a time when perhaps didn't look so rosy and positive, but Chandler's, as he's just said himself, has had a magnificent second half to the season. What do you put it down to in terms of the Alpine garage? I asked the same question of Thunders earlier on, what he does in the McLaren garage. What is it about you and the Alpine guys? What do you do each week to try and get the guys focused, ready for the races?
Actually, not much in the previous months, because my schedule is quite full pack, or actually my mood is not that ready or that positive to let me push the team
Yeah.
as I did, I think, for 2 months. Um, uh, I kind of have a mental issue from my personal life, so I can't really put that much of time in these mainly about May, so I can't. But luckily that the drivers is absolutely awesome. The drivers
Yeah.
I got, some of them having competitive pace in their division, especially in Division 2 and Division 1, of course. And of course, I'm Division 3 drivers. I don't think I got any technique that I can teach them. So start from round 7 when I take the row. Actually, I can't do anything about maybe setups, maybe track guide. Is that called track guide? I can't teach any technical things to them. So, but other thing I got is just to be the race engineers tried every week, every race weekend. That's what I could only do. I could only deliver to the team.
Well, whatever it is
So
that you've done, Terence, whatever it is you've done, you've obviously had a good impact on the drivers, and hats off to you. Obviously, there are lots of people struggling with mental health, and I think that your commitment to your drivers, and I think that the work that you do as engineering, I think that's very much well appreciated by all the guys. And it's a super thing that you're doing as the team principal of Alpine, and to have a champion in Chandlers is really good. and you should be very proud of not just the drivers, but of course of yourself as well. So well done, my friend.
Yeah. Because I never expect that I can get kind of is a driver title, but kind of get Alpine into the board name. So yeah, really pleased with that one. I of course I also happy about everyone giving credit for my kind of effort because it seems like many race engineers in this league. I don't know other teams, but for my drivers or drivers moved from the Haas or any other teams, they replied me or feedback to me that you're the only team principal to do that, but yeah, it's kind of tired because you got 6 division. You have to self-manage in division 3. Of course, always with my friend Mars to help me in division 3.
Yeah.
And we only got 2, including me. You only got 2 race engineers to be available for 6 division. It is very tough. You
It's
have
tough,
to,
but you've done a good job, my friend. Well done.
yeah, I appreciate it. So I mean, it's kind of relief that Division 1 is finished. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know,
bet.
could I deliver the same performance, especially as a race engineers back in the next game, in the next season? Um, I hope I can keep this happening. Uh, and so um, thank you, Chandlers. Thank you, Aiden's. Obviously, Aiden's also. I have to give the credits to both of them because of course now today we have a crown on Chandler's head and uh at the first I think my first impression to Chandler's is a little bit aggressive. Uh, I have to say that. A little bit aggressive. When the first time that I think the first race engineer he had, excluding Lucas, I think is Mars back in round 6 or 7. I forgot. And Mars feedback to me at that time, I think, oh no, he's pushing his tire as hell, overheating. The tire wear is it, he's getting 1% extra per lap to the other drivers. He's not taking care to his tire, especially in raining. And to me, that's I told him to save his tire, but he said no. He have to push. He choose to push. Um, and at the time, oh, well, aggressive guy, having pace, but very aggressive. And I think back to the second time, that is my first time to pair with him. Um, I don't know why. Maybe he hate Mars more. uh, he had he maybe of some kind of gaining experience. He started to calm down, head down all the way in. Or whenever he get damage, he get collision with other drivers. He can still play calm. That's why he he just won 2 races, I think, but finished many podiums and also always in the top 5. That gained himself many points. So
Yeah, for sure.
that is his credit, and also be fast. Sorry, it's very late now. To Aiden, because I can't find a Division 1 teammate for Chandlers, and he just recommended, oh, could I be a reserve for Alpine Division 1? Although
Well,
he
good
had,
stuff. Well
yeah,
done to you. Well done to Chandlers, obviously, and of course, yeah, absolutely the guy who stepped up to do the reserve role. Aids as well. We forgot about him. Thanks so much, mate. I'll pass you on to SJ.
Thanks,
Hello,
Andy. Terence, mate, privilege, mate, to have you in. I'll make this short and sweet. You obviously have a Division 1 champion under your wing. What's the plan now? What's the plan going into 25? Obviously, we've still got the interviews to still find out who are going to be the Season 9 TPs. But what's your plan? If you are the TP next season, what is your main, because obviously you can keep 2 drivers and plus yourself, what's your main focus that you're going to focus on going into Season 9 on 25?
Just did my job, obviously. I don't know if I available to be a full-time driver next season because obviously I need to get a job and get my salary on. But yeah, I just try to do anything I got to the drivers a pick for the next season. Just I don't think there's a lot changes. Maybe I would ask for my friend if they have a massive or excellent idea on making the setups because you know the setups makes a lot difference to the pace. So yeah, just maybe focusing on setup and also keep doing race engineers. And what if anyone wants to be my team staff, I want to giving some training on race engineers because 2 race engineers really not enough. Yeah, maybe train a little bit more people, more talent, spot on, and just do my things.
Do you have the confidence if you have Chandlers in your team for next season, you can go back to back? I know it's a big
Um,
question because we can't
yeah, really
underestimate
big.
Jonno, Campbell, and whoever else. And obviously, there's been a few other names. We've got Lorenzo that's decided to come back in. We don't know if they're going to be full time. We've seen, Andy's seen the performances that Niall has put in from a reserve driver, not even a full time driver. He is one to watch out for. It's not just. There's so many guys to watch out for. So, do you have the confidence in Chandlers to go again?
Yeah, obviously I would pick Chandlers.
Mm,
He has the best pace through his own divisions
yeah.
compared with my other divisions drivers.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not sure. He just started up his F125 now, just after this race. So I have to wait for the feedback from him. And also, the new game, the new mechanism, new season,
Mhm.
all the things changed, including rules, I would say. And also dirty air is
Yeah.
a big thing to come back and also break warm up temperature the tire. So yeah, lots of changes. I or we uh, can just do our best job to adopt into the game to the new mechanism and just try to deliver what we got in our head.
Okay, all good. Well, the last thing I'm going to ask you, Terence, got any shout outs, mate?
Shout out. Finally, it's done 1 division. We got 3 rounds more for 5 division. Oh my gosh.
So you got no
A
shout
lot of
outs.
things to do, and yeah, and also yeah, you have. I think you have to race after 3 rounds.
Yes,
There's a
okay.
lot of things to do.
It is, mate. But it's been great. No, congratulations for you and your team. And like you're saying, it doesn't just take Chandlers. He obviously needs a teammate to help. The same thing happened with Jono, and also Gully as well. And the other teammate does make a massive difference. And Aiden has been fantastic since he has jumped up into Division 1. So we wish him all the best in Division 2. I wish you the best for the remainder of the season, with the rest of your divisions from 2 to 6. Thank you very much for jumping in. Congratulations. You're going to have a world champion under your wing in Chandlers. So thank you very much. And we will see you for the next races. And if we don't, we'll see you for F125 in Season 9.
See.
All right. One last interview, and I know it's gone over a little bit later than normal, but I want to give a big round of applause to this guy. This is the guy that jumps in behind the scenes and does all the onboards. Two-door, mate. Welcome into the into the stream, mate. I know it's been a bit of a night. How much have you enjoyed doing Division 1 and watching these guys? On the track.
I mean, they're the best of the best in Rush, so it's been a pleasure watching them all, and good battles throughout most races, so it's been really enjoyable.
And what are you looking out for next season? What do you feel that Division 1 is going to spice things up? And do you believe that Chandlers has got his work cut out, or do you think that he's got an opportunity of a back-to-back championship?
There's always a possibility of a back-to-back championship, but we just got to see what the new game's going to bring. You know, I might be Div 1 pace on it. You just never know.
No, that is true.
I won't be, but you never know. It's just going to be interesting to see if a lot of those guys come back that were here at the start of the season. And yeah, like Jonno was saying, he might be the next game, really good pace. So I think it's going to be really good to watch.
It has been. It's been a very, very good. And how do you feel the battle has gone? The three-way battle between Gully, Garrus, and Jonno and Chandlers.
It's been good. It's been great to watch. I think it's all been fair racing, and yeah, really good to see.
Awesome. Well, everyone from myself, Rush, and all the team, I just want to say a massive thank you for you being the Division 1 manager. I know you did jump into the role and you've done phenomenal. We appreciate everything you've done. The onboards, it can be a bit of a boring thing, but if you enjoy watching racing, enjoy what these guys do, it's been great. So I appreciate everything you do. I don't know what your plans are next season. Obviously, that's something you have to look into. But if you do stay on as another role, then it'd be great to have you on board. But just want to say thank you very much from me. And I'll pass you over to if Annie's got any questions for the Division 1 manager.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, Tudor, great season we've just had. Super stuff all the way to the end. Drama and chaos. We love to see it, but also a magnificent amount of composure from a lot of the drivers that challenged for the title towards the end. What changes have you seen from Division 1 over the course of the last couple of seasons? What do you think is making Division 1 such a great place to be for these drivers at Rush Racing League?
This is my first season here. But just even from the start of the season and to now, I think the racing's been great throughout the whole season. It's been good to watch. It's it's just been a really enjoyable season here at Rush.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as we move into obviously F1 25 and a new season in season 9, how are we going to manage making sure that Div 1 again is the best that it can possibly be? Have we got anything in the pipeline in terms of plans for Division 1 to make it even more enjoyable than it already is?
You just have to wait and find out.
I like to see keeping things under wraps.
He doesn't know.
No, I don't.
No, come on. Give him. Don't snide him like that. You've snided him.
Are you being honest?
Well, listen, good job. Good job anyway this season, my friend. Well done. And looking forward to the next one.
Yep. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and good luck for the rest of the season for you as well, Tudor, in Kick, mate. And and look forward to seeing you back on track, hopefully for next season. And if it's in the Division 1 manager role, then yeah, great. But if not, all good. We wish you all the best what you decide to do next.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. That is it. Andy, we are done, mate. It has been 18 rounds of racing, and we have finally got a championship winner. Chandlers takes out the win. 18 rounds in. Jonno finishing P2 and Gully finishing P3. What a season, Andy. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you beside me, and also for the finale. It just could not have the stars aligned, could you, tonight, mate? Thank you ever so much this season. It's been a Privilege.
No, absolute pleasure, my friend. And thank you to every driver that's taken part. Thank you to every team principal, every team member, every engineer, and absolutely every viewer that's tuned in. We couldn't do it without all these people. It's what makes Rush one of the, if not the best place to be when it comes to league racing.
Yeah, appreciate it. And Andy, do you have any shout outs from yourself, mate, before we do close it out for the last time?
Like I said, just a big shout out to everybody involved with the league. It's not just the drivers, it's not just the commentators. A team is built by everybody coming together to produce something that people want to come and see, and the people that come and see it. So a big shout out to everybody who sits down and makes sure that they comment and engage with the chat. I think those are some of the most important people that sometimes go unnoticed when it comes to league racing. We love the drivers, of course, and we love the commentary team, and everybody, the stewards that help us to get the right results and punish the behavior that isn't acceptable. I think Thunder mentioned it earlier on, bringing people into line. That's a real part of having an enormous community that really comes together to make Rush what it is. It's much better than some of the bigger leagues that I'm involved in when it comes to community and upholding the standards and expectations that we have of drivers and of behavior in and around the lobby and community as well. So well done to everybody. I'm not going to single anybody out, apart from your good self, of course. I very much enjoy spending time with you on a Saturday morning.
Thank you very much, Andy. Your kind words, mate. Much appreciated. And like I said, if you do want to jump in and you want to see me and this man commentate one more time, or again, and you get more commentating for next season, then tune in on a Saturday at 7:30 for Division 1. We don't know the dates yet. Everything will be all out in the open very, very soon. Darkstorm, mate, thank you very much for the follow. Let's big up to the followers before we do close this out for the last time, 424. Thank you very much for the follow, Darkstorm. I know you have just joined. Welcome, but we're just about to finish up. So if he does want to race, then feel free to flick him the Discord link. Happy to do it now, or someone can do it for him. Thank you very much to the on-boards, the hype trains, the subscriptions, the resub from you, Andy, the subscription from resub from Customer Relations, Kyotonic, Creeps on Sticks, the follow from Boss Phoenix, Ruben. Big up to all of our sponsors this season. It's been absolutely fantastic. We really appreciate you. AI369, feel free to check them out in the comments as always. And then you've also got Pagni and SimLab and Speed Nation. We are working behind the scenes for other things for next season. I'm just going to quickly flick this guy the Discord link. There you go. Darkstorm, there's the Discord link, mate. Feel free to join it. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate all your Division 1 races. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you cannot wait to see more racing on a new game, new dynamics. As we've said, it is a completely different kettle of fish to 24 from what I'm hearing the reviews. But yeah, we're still continuing. Unfortunately, people are a little bit disappointed, but we've still got championships to finish. But Division 1 is Simulator. It's finished. It's done. It's dusted until next season. We have two champions, and that is Alpine of Chandlers in Division 1. He is the world champion for Season 8. Congratulations to him. Well deserved. And we have the Constructors champions of Ferrari for Division 1. If you want to see us next time, then we will be back for F125. It is over from me and over from Andy. Have a great break, and we will see you for Season 9 very soon. Good night.